Okay, today, nobody's fucking watching. I don't know why. It doesn't even fucking matter what I say, but whatever. Nobody needs to watch. I'm just, can I even be heard? I wonder. No, I can be heard. Oh my goodness. And the sound quality is absolutely horrendous. That's fine though. What do I do with this glass? I'm gonna move this glass away. Okay. Time to get to work. Actually, before I do that, I want to post this on, where is the stream? I want to find the stream's link. The link to the stream. Where does it capture moments? No, fuck off. I don't give a shit. Fuck off, YouTube. I don't care. Go to Twitter. You can't see that I'm going to Twitter though, because it's just recording Photoshop, which is fantastic. Some people can't creep on whatever it is that I'm fucking doing outside of Photoshop. But hold on, where is shit? Where'd the link go now? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I have too many tabs open. I need to close some of these. Hold on, close some of these. Close that. See, I want right now. I want to be jamming to Ragtoren, which is lag train, but in Japanese apparently, because it is a pretty good song. However, what the fuck is this? Oh, let me go to my account. Chanaru. I have YouTube set to Japan. Why is it not loading? Oh, there it goes. I have YouTube set to be in Japanese. Oh, here we go. Oh no, I don't want to hear myself. Alright. Okay. Well, that's good. So, here's what I'm working on. I've got this, delete that. So I can just click Control Y and turn it to black and white on itself. But actually, I want to check something. That does look a little bit different. I don't know which one's more accurate. It doesn't make, it makes a little difference, most likely. But anyway, so I made this, and I like the direction of it, but I don't know, something about it felt a bit flat to me. And I mean, yeah, it was a little bit flat. So what I did was I went into Blender, and I set up this little thing just as both as a guide, and I'm probably maybe going to even, like the middle part here with all of the blocks just sticking up. I'm probably going to actually use that in the final thing, just paint over top of it. And that's the foreground, which I want to, I think how I'm going to handle the foreground is I'm just going to like do a line drawing over top of it, because I don't know, I feel like any other way it's just going to be a pain in the ass, like if I just try to paint it like completely without a line drawing. So I'm going to do a line drawing for that, and then and then I'll paint it properly. There's my thing. Okay. But no, I don't want that tab. I want to close that tab. I want, there we go. Now I can see error. Please use a keyframing C of 4 seconds or less. Keyframes not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. What? Oh my gosh. Does it let me change settings midstream? Hold on. do 4 seconds or less. I guess let's try to apply. Okay. Stream's bitrate is at 1578. Recommend you lower than recommend, but you know what? I don't really care. YouTube also, that doesn't make any sense. Isn't my bitrate supposed to be, hold on. It's not supposed to be that low. I don't know why it's that low. Probably because I have shitty internet. Whatever. Anyways, let's go back to the oh my goodness, the game development. Yeah, you can't see underneath the fucking foreground, so I didn't fucking paint it at all. One thing I want to also do is, because like I want this to be like hyper detailed, and I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do that that looks good. But anyways, I'm going to turn this on. Oh yeah, originally this had layers, by the way. I didn't like paint this without like just on completely one thing. I just ended up flattening it because I didn't turn to below. Because I did not, well, I don't know, I didn't like it, I guess. I don't know. Oh wait, because that it's easier to paint things dealing with one layer. Like whenever you have like a shit ton of layers, things get fucking complicated. Which for some reason people are like always impressed with whenever you're like, oh, I used, like, I did this on one layer. They're like, oh, that's impressive, one layer, wow. Like, it's not that impressive because one layer is easier. I'm trying to figure out how to, okay. I'm gonna paint on top. Right, so let me see. First of all, okay, good, that could have been dangerous. So I have all my brushes here. What brush do I want to use? All my painterly brushes. Hold on, what brush? I have the details here. I don't know which brush I used. I think it was the chisel. I'm pretty sure it was the chisel brush. Yeah. And yeah, it was the chisel, and then I put the color dynamics on. I don't want color dynamics on right now, though. I'm just going to leave those off. Because it's not super important right now. But I'm thinking with the stuff in the front, like the really close-up stuff, this, so like this in the middle there, like that's not the stuff right here, and these two things. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in some photo textures with those, so I can make them like super hyper detailed without putting a lot of effort into it. Although maybe I'll try doing it with brushes though. I'm not sure. We'll see what works out. But anyways, let's get started on this. Yeah, so I'm gonna. How do I want to do this? Let me see what because I set up the lights in this. Oh, actually, I can just turn this off. So I wanna. Okay. So basically, this one needs to be a little bit darker, and that's where the light's gonna be. I see. What the fuck? Oh. That's convenient. Wait, why is it on multiply? I'll put that to normal. There we go. And I can turn that on so I can see it without having to make things being easier. Okay. So I just gotta do the thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, how, maybe I do want color dynamics on, just a little bit, though. Because that'll give me some, like, color variation. I just want to shift the hue a bit. A little bit of saturation shifting, and tiny bit of brightness shifting, because I mostly want to lay in my brightness. And see, what's great is because I set the eyedropper tool to be this layer and below, it ignores the 3D layer, so I don't get like this weird gray color. So it's all gonna have the correct colors underneath. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna do this. That way I don't even see the colors that are there, and it's all spontaneous. Maybe we can pull in a bit of that. Yeah, I want a bit of like this brightness here. This stream's gonna go on for a while. It's gonna go on to at least 3, which I guess is not that long. It's just gonna be like 3 hours, I suppose. I was going to start this at 9, but I had other things that I was taking care of at the time, so I did not. Actually, what I want to do with this part here, because I just want to, I just want to make it a bit darker. Where's my brush? Why is it not switching the brush tool correctly? Okay, let's check the stream real quick. Poor. Whatever, it's working, so why do I give a shit? It's like, oh, your stream things are poor. Error, use a keyframe frequency for... I set the keyframe frequency. What do you mean my bitrate's too low? My bitrate's set higher than that, so I don't know what the fuck's going on here. What does this say? Kilobytes per second. Frames dropped to 0. See, OBS seems to think the stream's going fine, but YouTube thinks it's trash. Whatever, YouTube. Fuck yourself. Serious issues that need attention. How am I supposed to... Oh my god, hold on. Settings. Let's go to output. Let's try constant bitrate. And what the bitrate does want me to set this to? What did it say? 4,500. Okay. 4,500. What is this? Some like fucking keyboard thing just popped up for no reason. That was weird. Apply. Okay. Now we'll see if that makes it happy in a minute, I suppose. I don't know. 1 like. The video has 1 like, but it has 0 viewers. Who the fuck liked this video? I don't know. Who are you? You're not watching, apparently. What am I doing? Hold on. Can you see this? Oh, that's ugly. What did I do? No. Also, I'm actually gonna just like duplicate that layer. Okay. That way I can fuck with it without worry. I want to get the background done. Because once the background done, it's like the main thing, and then I guess the foreground's like another main thing. Yeah. Where is... Right, I need to open up my brush settings. I might just like pull this out into like its own window or something. And then it might make it not show up in the stream, which would be funny, because then I change my brush settings and no one would see them. It's on multiply. Why does it look like trash? Oh my gosh. You know what I don't like about like I guess newer versions of Photoshop is like before you used to be able to like go switch to your brush tool or your eraser tool and then select the same tool that you're using with your brush. But I can't do that now, and it upsets me. What tool am I using? Hold on. I need to find out, because then I can just set it to that. Which one is this? Hold on. What's it called? Sample brush 7. Okay, very specific. Sample... What? If I put a space, why does it... Sample brush 7. Wow, there are a lot of brushes called sample brush 7. That's unfortunate. But I think it should be in the painterly ones, maybe. Unless I didn't put it there. Switch to my brush real quick. Whoops. Let's see. Oh, Photoshop. Why must you do this to me? Sample brush 7. Is it maybe because it's lowercase and it's case sensitive? Sample brush 7. Oh, sampled. I'm fucking unable to read. Is that it? Is it sample brush 7.1? 105. Why does it have the 105? What the fuck? I don't understand. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Let's go to the eraser. I think it's this one. It should be. I don't. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Well, I was annoying. Let's turn off shape dynamics and yeah, that's good. Okay. Now I can. Now my. Okay. I want that to be very. Well, hold on. I don't even want to do that, to be honest. Let me just delete that because I don't even like. I feel like basically what I want is I want to like. Let's turn on color dynamics, but I want to turn off the brightness jitter. Okay, there we go. That's looking better. That's more what I wanted. All right, and let's actually. Right, because we have the shadow that this one is casting onto the thing over there. So whoops, wrong thing. So we wanna pay attention to that. So this area right here needs to be a little bit darker, just a bit. Whereas this area is brighter, and we can actually brighten it up a little bit more, like that. And these areas are darker. Okay. Right, but I want to change this to actually a color dodge, maybe. Will that work? Let's see. It will. And I want to think of the bottom plane here. Let me see how that shading looks there. Okay, the bottom plane should be darker then. So we want to think dark with the bottom plane. So, oh shit, I'm a color dodge. Whoopsies. That's why it wasn't looking correct. Okay, so we want to think dark. We want to go darker with the bottom plane. Hold on. Let me actually. So if I go like with that one, then I can go like that, and then I can get like the same correct color. But I want to be careful with that. Right. So they're going that way. So I want to think that direction. I can maybe erase that, make it a little bit more organic and less boxy. Let's see if anybody showed up on the stream. Nobody is watching the stream. That's fine. That's okay. We don't need people to watch the stream. Oh, for some reason my back hurts, which is unusual for me. Oh, that looks awful. What are we doing here? Well, I guess it should look like that, I suppose. Yeah, it would look like that because we want it to. Why does it look so? Why is it so dark there? That's a disgusting color. I hate that color. It's still a disgusting color, but whatever. Oh, it's because I have the saturation jitter on, so it's making it more desaturated. Let's turn that off. Let's do some erasing here. Yeah. So we really want to think about. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out the lines. I'm going to do line work real quick, just as a guide, rather than using what I am doing here. I think that'll work better. Where's my line brush? Here's a line brush. I like this brush, but I want to change it a bit. So I want that. And that's good. That's all I wanted. Okay. Let's make it black. And let's go a bit bigger because this is a pretty fucking big canvas. So we've got... let's do... I'm going to lower the opacity on this. So we've got... so we've got this going on. Let me turn off the transfer on this, so that way I can get nice sharp erasure. I'm gonna turn that off real quick. So I want to keep this section here. And I want to keep it going in like this, right? So this will be like a dunked in section, which isn't on the 3D render, but that's fine. And I want to, hold on, let me think about this, because I want to think of the tops, so, right, and I'll have to, so I have a very low value window to work with on here. Okay, maybe we can have more over here, right? And then they keep going back here, and they build up. Okay. I feel like this doesn't make any sense to people. Like, well, anybody except for me. Like what I'm doing right here with these lines. Maybe they do. I don't know. It only needs to make sense to me, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I need to think of the perspective. That's what's important. There's a mess in here. Ugh. Nothing. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, was it happy? Error, please use frequency 4 seconds or less. Oh my gosh, just want me to like stop and restart the stream. Hold on. Let me try. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. It makes it happier. And it says good stream quality. Probably won't though. I don't know. But anyways, where is one concurrent viewer? There's one person watching right now. That's cool. Or was that before? I don't know. If you're watching now, hi. I only have one monitor, so I can't see the chat very well. I wonder if there's some way concurrent views. When I can see all views. There have been 3 views entirely. That's cool. No chat though. That's fine though. I'm actually, but hold on, I want to do something with this. All right, well, let me check if it's happy with the stream bells. No, it looks like it still thinks it's poor. The current keyframe frequency is 8.3 seconds. Group of pictures, what the fuck? I don't know what you want me to do about this, YouTube, because I have it set in here, the keyframe interval to be 2, and the bitrate to be what you told me to put the bitrate to. So I don't know what the fuck you want me to do about this. This is something I cannot correct, apparently. Oh well. That's too bad. Oh right, I wanted to send this link to the other team members. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now I'm just drawing. That's just all it is. The rest of the day. Going until 3. I don't understand how people like I watch streams and stuff, and I'm like, how do you just constantly talk? Like, even like, how is that interesting for people to watch? Right? Like, I mean, I guess I'm talking right now, but like, I'm for sure going to run out of material, like any minute now. And then I'm just gonna go silent and never talk again, or maybe not. Maybe I'll keep talking indefinitely. We'll see. Right, so I want to have this cavity here where it just goes in like that, and then like it builds up around there. I do need to think. So that's that way. Is that correct? Hold on. Let me zoom in here. Let me zoom in here. I'll work on this area zoomed in. That way I can truly see what's going on here. Originally, I was going to do the art for this game all on my own. But, well, it was supposed to be done in like January, and this game's not done. So I reached out to other people to work with us, and they agreed, which is cool, and it makes me happy, and it makes me excited because we can make the game even better, because more people, well, if you have too many people, sometimes that can be problematic, but, well, there are ways to work that out, but basically more people means better looking game. What the fuck am I trying to do? Hold on. Okay, so this goes like that, right? And then it goes like that. Okay. I'm trying to get the perspective right here, but I'm stupid. Maybe. Okay. This is just a general guide though, because like whenever I'm doing the painting, I'll make it look more interesting, I suppose, because I don't want it to be so blocky. Maybe if I erase this one. I mean, I want it to be blocky, but I want it to be like, I want the like silhouette of this area to be like more interesting than that. Gosh, I listen to Japanese shit so much. Like, I just have Japanese words just constantly in my head right now. And it's just all the Japanese that I spend all my time fucking learning. It's just going over in my head. It's just a never-ending. Not there, no viewers. Oh, stream is healthy. Oh, okay, so it's happy now. All right, that's good. Figured it out. One of these days I'll become a VTuber, because that's what everyone's doing these days. It seems. That's the smart thing to do. Maybe I'll apply it to Hololive or the Holostars. Is that what they are? I don't know. I guess that's what their men are. Maybe I could do. Maybe I could be a girl. Nobody will know. I'll never know the difference. If I suddenly stop streaming here with no explanation, it's because I've become a Hololive streamer. Keep that in mind. I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe. The possibilities are endless. Anything is possible. Anything is possible in anime. I always think that. Okay, I'm happy with this area, but I wanna. Well, maybe I wanna like. Let's see. I need to like, cause I'm always like, I always wanna like do things like the lazy way, I suppose. But I need to think about things. I need to think not lazy. I guess. That's fine. Okay. And then I can have better art. I don't know. I think that because there are more people on the team now and more artists, I don't feel like I need to get everything done right now, and it makes it a lot easier, I feel, to just like focus on what I'm currently doing. And I feel like that's something that whenever I'm working alone, it can be a bit troublesome, because I feel like, while I'm working on like this, there's like, for example, like, what about the other levels? What about all the characters that I need to design, which I still will need to design those, probably. Although maybe other people will have some designs they want to do. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, but at least now I can just focus on what I'm currently doing. Okay, I want to leave this piece. Maybe we can actually like cut this out and make it more like that. Yeah, I like that. Here. 0 people watching, literally. 2 likes though. That's nice. That's nice. 2 people who liked this stream. That will probably still be around. I need to do my marathon streams again one of these days. With Sonic 2 HD, I did a marathon stream, and it was absolutely insane. It was too much. Nobody got angry at me, but they were just like, "All right, Coral, don't do that again. Maybe. How about make it shorter instead? It was 17 hours. 17 hours is too long to be streaming for." And I thought, yes, I agree. Is this what people do? Like, whenever they don't have any viewers? At first, they just fucking talk to themselves? Like some lunatic. Just talk to yourself. Until eventually people do come, and then they're like, oh, hey, this person's streaming, and he's talking, he's interesting, because he talks to himself. I don't know. I'm not really a streamer. I like streaming. See, with streaming, it just feels weird unless you have people to talk to. Like, I need to already have viewers, and then it's interesting. But I don't have fucking viewers, so it's just boring right now. See, this is supposed to be the bottom of it, so I need to think in 3D. Why did my phone just... Oh, it's just nothing. I need to think in 3 dimensions. Like, where... How does this go? This goes up a bit. It goes a bit more down, but then it still goes back like that. That's fine. Okay. And then this goes back like that. I'm getting the hang of it. We're figuring it out. Or something. I don't know. I'll get the hang of streaming one of these days. Or I won't. Maybe I'll always just be a always be a trash streamer. Trash streamer. Nah. You improve. I feel like like before whenever I've streamed, that's how I feel. How do you feel? I only have like one monitor, so it's difficult to see the chat, so I have to like specifically check it. Holy shit, there are 2 viewers. Oh my goodness. But when did you say that's how I feel? I need to understand so I can understand what you're talking about. Because I don't know when you said that. I'm trying to make... Because I want to make this background more 3-dimensional and interesting. So I'm trying to like sketch out a general idea of that. Because I just felt like it was too flat, especially in the front. The front's way too flat. One thing I'm wondering is if I can use because like Unity, like you can do 3D for free. Well, like talking to yourself before you finally get popular. I know, because I know you do like the Sonic 1 HD streams and stuff. Do you talk to yourself like streaming, like the way I am? I just wonder if like people like what are their names? Like if it's who are the big streamers? I don't know who the big streamers are. I don't watch streamers. Well, I watch VTubers sometimes, but I don't watch normal streamers. Well, I guess VTubers aren't normal streamers, but like most of them are just like really popular, like right from the beginning. That's why you need to become a VTuber, because they're just inherently popular. And you just already you get that attention for free. People will call you a clout chaser because they'll realize, they'll be like, oh, he just became a VTuber for streaming to no one and talking to yourself. Yeah. I just I feel because like when you think about it, there's really like no other option if you want people to actually stick around. Because if people come to a stream and it's just some dude silently drawing, it's like that's fucking boring. So you gotta talk, I guess, to yourself, because there's nobody else to talk to, or maybe the few people that pop into the chat and are like, hey, how's it going? But I only have one monitor, so it's difficult to chat and work at the same time, or interact with the chat and work at the same time. I have to get another monitor. I have like a whole setup that I want to do, and a second monitor is part of that setup. But I lack the funds for a second monitor at the moment. Maybe I could steal somebody else's monitor and use it while I'm streaming, because like there are other monitors in the house and nobody fucking uses them ever. But they're technically not mine, so I don't know why I said technically, they're just not mine. I'll hop in Discord. Oh, alright, here. Go into Discord. Hello.
Yeah, no, let's please.
Oh shit, that's not... Hold on a second. I want to see if like my microphone picks you up, because if it does, then I need to plug in my headphones.
Please.
Oh, shit.
Might do.
What was that?
Might be.
Hold on a second. I want to see if like my microphone picks you up, because if it does, then I need to plug in my headphones.
Might do.
What was that?
Might be. Yeah, you listen to their second.
I can't tell if it's picking up or not. Beyond. Oh.
cause more problems.
Yeah, I decided because I feel like if I stream daily, you know what? I'm just gonna put in my headphones just be. Where the fuck is my I have like the wireless headphones, and those are nice headphones, but it has a cord that can make them wired, so then I can plug them into my desktop because my desktop is old as hell. It's like
I tend to have my AIR headset, and then what I've got is I route everything kind of in a one-way system. So microphone is an audio input, Discord is an audio input, and the general PC output as audio input. And then those three route into an audio output. So at any point I can mute my mate on Discord, or I can mute my microphone, or I can mute general PC output.
Okay, I have that like with OBS they have like you can click all the options or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, hold on. I'm gonna unplug my speakers and plug in my microphone because so I won't be able to hear you for a second. Oh shoot, I should have plugged this in first. Hold on.
I'm curious as to whether I can watch the stream whilst also listening on Discord, or
Oh,
will it
never
like
mind.
all the cool?
My my monitor has very very shitty speakers. I forgot about that, so just switched to those. But there we go. Got my headphones in. All right. Wait. Okay, say something. Oh, yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, it was nearly because I can't turn the volume down on the video without also turning down Discord because I'm on a phone. So I can't watch the stream and be in Discord. So I'm gonna have to jump on my PC.
Yeah.
I'll do that until I need breakfast.
Let me see something here. Well, hopefully, but neither of us are like too loud compared to the other, because there's nobody, fucking nobody. It says one viewer, but I don't know who that is. Maybe it's counting me as a viewer, but I don't think so. So I'm just looking on the stream thing, but I don't know. Well, if there is another viewer, they're not saying anything in the chat. So I can't determine if
They don't have to.
yeah.
That's the thing as well with streaming is if you tend to stream and you have like one viewer, like sometimes it's actually just better to ignore the fact that you've got one viewer or 0 viewers and just talk to yourself regardless, because people want to jump into a stream where you're constantly like you're already talking.
No,
If you ever jumped into a stream and that person who's streaming is just like, you viewer, say something. It's so awkward.
Yeah, no.
You jump into a stream and they're just like, wouldn't it be nice if you followed me and subscribed? And it's
It
just
would
like,
be nice if you followed me and subscribed. Yeah, no. Just gotta talk as if I have a million people viewing me. Probably not that many. If I had a million people viewing me, I would have to get a second monitor, just so that I could keep hope to keep up. What was that?
or just have your phone checking chat on your desk.
Yeah, but the problem is then my phone would run out of battery, probably, and I don't have enough
Plug sockets.
USB sockets. Yeah, those my computer is USB socket deprived.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It's got a bunch on the back, but those are kind of impractical to get to.
You should see mine. I've got 8 USB sockets in the back of my PC, and then I've got another USB hub with another 10 USB ports on it. Powered USB hub. I've got 18 USB sockets.
I want one of those. Yeah, this computer is it's from I built it. Oh, actually, that's right, because my last computer, it died. right when Sonic 2 HD was like, oh, we're looking for new artists to
Oh
join us.
no.
Right? I mean, obviously, the story ends up being that I joined the project, but whenever they were first looking for him, I did not join the project, which is why if you go back and you look at like the original thing, the original agreement, it's like we're looking for people to join and stuff, and they're like, here's the people that joined us, and I am not there. I am suspiciously absent, which is just really funny because it's like, looking back at it, it's like, man, wild to think that Coral wasn't originally selected to join the project.
Quite really weird that everyone's just like, oh yeah, I want to work on Sonic 2 HD, and then like for instance, when I joined, there was also I can't remember what his name was. There was another guy or another two people who joined. I think there was Zoc, Philippe, and there was David.
David?
Yeah, this is what I mean. David, you don't know David because he was only around for about a week.
Oh, I know there was a David. I forget what he did, or what he was supposed to
One
do.
one single commit,
Hmm. Programmer, right?
and then I don't think we ever heard from him again after.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been a few people. I'm pretty involved with like bringing people on board. Like this is why it's funny to me that like I didn't originally get accepted just because like, and I understand why I wasn't, because like I did use, what I ended up doing was I used another computer that I sort of had access to, but I didn't really have like perfect access to it. So the quality of work that I did, what just happened? The quality of work I did was
I just been jumped by a fly.
was not the best at the time. So I get it. I'm not I am not upset with that choice. I understand the choice. It's but
But now you're like actually insane.
what?
You're actually insane.
What do you mean?
You are increased massively from the first drafts of Sonic.
Oh, have you seen the original art that I submitted that got me onto the team?
Don't know, is it just a standard drawing of Sonic? Like the
No,
Sonic
no, no,
1 HD style?
no. No. It's here. Look, I'll show you it. DeviantArt. I posted it onto DeviantArt. I don't really use DeviantArt anymore. I've been like, I'm supposed to, but I just don't. Alright, where is it? Here it is.
As far as I managed to get on, to be honest, because I think I messaged whoever was messaging me on the staff email. I basically just said, hey, I don't know game dev, I know C#, I don't know any game dev stuff, but yeah, I will do whatever I can to,
Is
you
that
know,
what you
help
said?
out. Yeah, okay, but
Yeah.
shit.
Whenever it comes to like programming and stuff, it's like is it- that's not what I'm looking. Where the fuck is my streaming tab? Oh, here it is. I have too many tabs open. I wanted to post this in the stream, so that way, I guess if anybody ever comes back and decides to watch this entire video, 'cause it's probably going to be a very long video, you can see it here. I'll post it in the Discord. There's the thing. Actually, hold on.
That's not that bad.
I'll remove that because I actually don't want to clog up that chat too much with that off-topic stuff. I'll just send it to you directly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not terrible. Like if somebody sends something like that to us now, I'd be like, fuck yeah, bring them on board. In fact, people have sent stuff that isn't even as good as this, and we still brought them on board, and that's been successful. But no, I like whenever I was making this too, I was aware it was just a submission piece and it wasn't going to be like a final thing. So I didn't make it me like my best, absolute, most amazing work. I made it. I was like, okay, what's something that I can make as fast as possible that can demonstrate that I can do the work, that I can actually seriously get the art done for this project, and that's what I did. And they're like, okay, it's actually, man, it's funny because if you look at this one, it's got the tubes, and if you look at the actual tubes used in the game, they're like so much different. I forget. I think it was either I'm not sure if I made the spin tubes or not. I might have, but it might have been Gambit. I'm not sure. I can't recall.
You did most of CVs, yeah, you did most of CVs at though.
What was that? Yeah, I did most
You,
of chemical plant sim. It was mostly me, like 90%. So 10% of it wasn't me. Maybe more of it you could even be it, but yeah, like most. If you look at it, my hand was in most of the art there, like most of the stuff that you see on screen. It's like, yeah, Coral probably did something with that piece. Uh, there were only a few things that I was literally not involved with, like, whatsoever. All right.
yeah, what's the plan for this first one? Then you're going. What I've read is like some sort of bismuth foreground style.
What was that?
Abstract bismuth foreground.
I can't. Are you away from your computer or your microphone? I can't quite
Oh, it's like
understand you.
it's like 5 minutes. I'm just making it silly.
Okay, I have no idea what you said. I'm sorry. But I don't know. I'm confused.
Switch to PC.
What was that?
If I got a better idea, I can just switch to PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bismuth foreground.
I know the foreground. I'm gonna that one's goddamn. I don't I don't like because I was saying this earlier in the stream to literally nobody because nobody's fucking watching this, but I was talking about like with the like I always try to do things like the easy, not even the easy way, but rather I try to figure out I try to do things like ways that are like really fast, and sometimes that's not the best way to do things, and that's actually one reason why I'm glad we got both Cyan and Mike on the team now, because I feel like another reason why I feel like, oh, I need to get things done really really quickly, I feel like that mindset, it makes me like not focus on what I'm doing and it makes me try to get that thing done as fast as I can, which I still do want to work fast, but I feel like this makes me slow down here. But yeah, with the business and stuff, like really the only way that I'm going to be able to handle that is just drawing it out with like the line art, I think, and then I'll paint it from there. But I have no idea if that has anything to do with what you were what you were asking about actually. But
Oh no, I was just asking about what the general idea was for what you were doing at the moment.
what
Is
I'm
that the business foreground you're working with? Business,
well, right now I'm working on the
business.
background. But basically, so this is the first level that like we sort of came up with, which is like this kind of surreal uh, environment, sort of. I was thinking like microscopic type stuff as like a sort of inspiration, and also I guess it ended up. I can't recall if we looked at bismuth. I think we did. I think bismuth was taken as like an inspiration from the beginning before I started working on it. And yeah, this is what I painted up from that, and I kind of like it, what it looks like, but I also feel like what I have right here is flat, and I don't like that it's very flat. So right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rework the background a bit so that it is less flat. So like I made this 3D model block out in Blender, and I'm kind of using that as a reference to just get like an idea of how all of this should, go together and stuff. So I'm thinking like these things. They've got the yeah.
It's like just the fact that everything seems to be made from like
big chunky books of, I guess, bismuth at this point, or I don't know what it specifically is, but if
Oh,
you've, I
bismuth.
did notice in the chat there was a reference to, or someone had referenced Monster Hunter in science. It was in part of the design for this. It really reminds me of a called Elder's Recess.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah,
What's the area called?
Elder's Recess,
Elba's.
and it's basically
How do I spell
Elder's
that?
Recess.
I don't know how to
I'll
spell it.
just post a reference, but I don't know. Yeah.
Alright, well, I think I spelled that wrong. Oh, yeah, I see. I see. I
So
see.
it's not entirely the same, but like you've got these big kind of
Yeah,
blocky
it's the
chunks
same
of rock.
rocky
Like
idea,
it's
except
like,
this one seems more dark, whereas ours is
oh
very
yeah,
bright.
you can these big like hexagonal kind of metal blocks, I guess, and then you've got like big crystal shards everywhere.
Mm. Yeah, that's actually one thing I want to ask Mike and Cyan what they think, because I feel like I like the way this looks, but I feel like it's missing something, and I'm not sure quite what that could be. So I want to ask them if they have any like thoughts on like what could be added to this to make it just a little bit more interesting. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Audio.
What did you say? Did not understand.
Never mind the
Oh.
audio problems.
Oh, okay. It'd be like that sometimes.
Momopes, who's Momopes? Speaking in Japanese, it's like Destiny.
Oh,
I
kirei
have
desu ne.
no.
Yeah, it says kirei
Okay.
desu ne. I was gonna try to
How
speak Japanese, but I'm really bad at speaking Japanese with spoken. So.
I didn't know the kanji. I get the Destiny. Kirei.
It's kirei. I can read a lot of kanji. But I can't.
I
Oh
found
gosh.
the easiest way for me to read kanji is by if you listen to songs and look at the lyrics. The lyrics usually have quite a lot of kanji in them, and the kanji tend to pop up. I mean, sometimes they're like different words, or the kanji's pronounced differently. But sometimes, like you'll be listening to a song and you see the kanji for sekai, for example, in that
Sekai.
song, and then
Oh yeah.
in another song you'll also see the same kanji pop up, and you go, "Ah, I know that one." So I tend to kind of pick up the odd kanji if I'm just like watching lyrics when listening to Japanese music. Yeah.
I'm gonna say type in Japanese. But I cannot speak. 日本は夜
Good.
2時です. It is very late. It is.
Shabaru. No one get to Shabaru. I don't. Is Shabaru
It's
in
speak.
hiragana then?
No, it's just whenever I clicked space, it didn't change it to kanji, and I didn't bother to correct it. So.
No.
Uh.
Oh, Mizkashi. Speaking Japanese is difficult.
Yeah. I'm trying to convey that speaking with my voice is hard, but I can speak with.
You. Is that Ichichi. Or hours. 2 a.m.?
Yeah, 2 a.m.
God. It's so like I kind of nearly there, but more hontoni something in a hongo hontoni or desu I was well I know that that's those kanji that are or something. I have a funny feeling that's like when you're not like necessarily proficient or something, but like you're I don't know. I don't know what the word is.
本当に上手ですね。
上手。That's the one.
上手じゃない。
America では
日本語の喋るは大難しい。I don't know how to say type. Let me look it up. Let me look up type. Hmm? You were confused by our Japanese conversation.
Yeah, I know. You're basically saying it's about 1 a.m., but could I?
Oh, I meant. Oh, shoot. I
Oh no,
actually
it's
meant,
Goro.
Wait.
Goro. Ichichi Goro desu. It's about 1 a.m.
Sanji desu. I don't know how to say type. Japanese. Type. Type するは fuck. Whatever. I don't know. 日本語 is difficult to speak Japanese. I talk in Japanese on Twitter sometimes, and Momobe-san has responded, which is pretty cool. I like that. She makes music, which is fantastic. I like music.
Yeah. My shittiest attempt. Oh, is it? Should it be Goro Karai? Karai? I'm not sure where the Karai comes in.
Karai? Oh, that's just about. Does Goro also?
I thought it was Goro.
I don't know. There are multiple ways to say things.
Oh, I always use Goro when saying about time.
I
Like
don't
for
know.
instance, Ichichi Han Goro desu, like about 1:30.
I make mistakes. I'm bad at Nihongo. If
I know,
only-
I've just thought.
If we were.
How about Karai though? God no! I don't know what this is. Thank Bokano.
作業の邪魔になったらすみません。そちらはお昼なんてですね。いつも絵を
Ish.
Galfie. Hello, Galfie.
This is the part where I Google Translate.
Don't use Google Translate. Google Translate's it's trash.
No, but it gets the idea across. It gets in the way of work.
can.
Oh, sorry if they're getting in the way of your work. I think.
Oh, it's well, yeah, no, I know
It's
that's what she was saying.
Lunchtime.
It
You want to put to?
邪魔してない.
We do have also Galfie in here actually speaking
English.
So we're lapsed into Japanese for a sec.
No, that's fine.
Background of A level progress. That's the point. Do we have like a Unity project for this? Or we've already got some work set up on it, so we must have
What was that?
a Unity project already set up for it.
Yeah. You'll have to
Awesome, so-
Shibarashi. Yeah. His name's Mo, but he is the Buzzbite. You'll have to ask him about the project and getting that set up.
They've probably got a repository for it. Probably got a repository, and you probably need. Well, I've got Unity Hub, but it'll probably use a very specific version of Unity because Unity is very version specific, and if you
Yeah.
change the version, in a like I don't know, if one person uses one version of Unity, it forces the other person to use it. It's so weird. Something. What? I don't know what that kanji is. Is like correct? No, it's not correct. Rashi. That's Subarashi.
Yes, it is Subarashi.
See, I'll get the ending and then I can figure out the kanji. Subarashi.
The other day, I was concerned for a moment because it was sound. I was like, oh no, maybe his Japanese is better than mine.
Cool, I'm gonna actually finish up my cup of tea because I put a tea on.
All right.
But I need to go downstairs and finish it. I'll be back in a minute.
I'll see you. That's fine. Alright. Let's get back to focusing on this thing. I need to get a second monitor. So that I can do this. I also need to I need to learn to speak Japanese better. So that I can talk with potential Japanese viewers more smoothly. Nihongo shaberu wa kinchou shimashita. Amari kotoba o shitenai. Shitemasu. Shitenai. Yeah. I do not. Speaking Japanese is hard. I just think kanji ga teru. Alright, I think that's good for what I'm trying to do here. I can add in. So I'm gonna start doing the shading? No, painting. Painting. I don't like that. I'm just gonna delete that and start over. Do I need this? A little bit. A little bit. I'm not gonna use it for now. I'm gonna mostly just use this one. And then we can, where's my thing? I need to change this. No, I want shape dynamics turned off. And, I do want to turn on, so like whenever, because if, like it gets all these nice little details, to do that, you can turn on shape dynamics. Hue jitter, saturation jitter can be a little bit wonky. and the brightness jitter, and then if you just paint on there and you get, oh, I need to turn the brightness jitter up, hold on, dink. You get details for free. That's
The
ugly.
details, we like that.
Why is it getting all gross and desaturated? Apply per tip. Well, I guess that is what I want, yeah. But why does it look ugly? What's going on here? Okay, I'm selecting that color. Let's turn this off. Okay, that looks correct. If I turn... brightness jitter's too much. Maybe if I turn on saturation jitter too. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Ooh. Okay, so for this one, I would say saturation jitter does a better job creating depth, because saturation has a bit of light saturation has a bit of shading to it, so like a value to it. I want to make this area. Wait, do I want that area in shadow? Yes, I want that area in shadow. But if I basically what I can do is I can build up on things. And then you can go smaller and get some real nice like little details in there. It's cool. Right. So how do I'm trying to think how I can make this work out, because I often have like the way that it's got like you can get, the shading details or whatever. Oh. I don't know where you went. 日本語で話してくれてありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
おやすみなさい。
Oh.
はい。
ありがとうございます。I only wish I was more confident in speaking Japanese in real time.
あ、おやすみなさい。ママです。
Oyasumi.
Thank you for coming and hanging out. Speaking Japanese.
I would say thank you for watching the stream in Japanese, but I forget how. I think the word for stream is like saiho. No, it's something else. It's something like saiho.
Stream.
It's not,
There you go.
You can do that.
You just
no, there is actually
bullshit with
no.
Western.
There is actually it's not a loan word. For once, half things are loan words, which makes things convenient. But then there's times when things aren't loan words, and that makes things inconvenient.
English speakers.
But yeah.
Inconvenient for us, not so inconvenient for them because their language.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Can't really complain it's an
It's just-
inconvenience if you've you've been given half the words as loan words.
Yeah, no. It's yeah, no. It's with loan words, regardless of what language you speak, any loan words, most people don't even think about them as loan words. Like English has a shit ton of loan words. Nobody thinks about them as loan words. They're just they're just English words.
I can't think of an example, but yeah, we've got like we use so many like French phrases.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tons. Linguini, food shit. But like I don't think like whenever I say linguini, I don't think is that a French word? It might even be it might be an Italian word. I don't know. But I don't whenever I say like linguini, I don't think of like I don't think that's that's a loan word. I just think no, that's the food.
No, but I'm thinking more like phrases like déjà vu.
Oh, that is a French word, isn't it? Another thing too with English though is English is like mostly loan words.
Phrase means to see or to is it to see again or to previously see or something is what it actually means. But we've kind of taken that phrase and
Yeah.
it's now a thing. But we use their phrase, and you don't tend to think of it when someone says deja vu. You don't necessarily think that they're speaking French. You
Yeah.
kind of know in the back of your mind it's French.
Well, that's because it's got, especially whenever because people write deja vu with the little tilde thing above the e or whatever.
Hmm.
I mean, not like normal people, but like whenever people are trying to look fancy. For most people, that's too much effort. You just fucking do the tilde? Hell no. I'm just going to fucking write it like a, what is it? With the E normally. Actually, with the Japanese IME, like because the way I write Japanese, and why I'm able to respond so quickly in Japanese with text.
For Japanese people.
Yeah, well, you just download the IME. It's a normal keyboard. It's just you just switch to it and then you just type it phonetically and stuff, and it switches to Japanese.
Oh, I've got that.
But what's great about that is you can type in like all the symbols that like are kind of a pain in the ass to type. You can like, so for example, you know the symbol sigma, like it's the math symbol that looks like here, look at this.
Oh yeah.
Looks like no, that's not what it looks like. It looks like, hold on. It looks something like that. If you just write sigma, you got to do it in Japanese. But if you just write sigma, it shows up as one of the options. And then you just go down to it, select it, and then you can do it. And I'm like, man, I wish I knew about this years ago, because that makes it so easy to write fancy symbols. Not that I really have any need to write fancy symbols. It's just, I don't know. It's fun. The typing in Japanese is kind of a pain in the ass.
Kind of weird when you're typing something out phonetically, and it's just like, did you mean this kanji? And I'm just like, bloody hope so. Because if I didn't, I've got completely the wrong thing.
Wait until it.
Yeah, no kanji, that is.
It gives you the wrong kanji, or the kanji
Oh, yeah,
that you
multiple.
want isn't even an option. So it's just like, no kanji for you.
Like you type out Subarashi and it comes up with like, you know, a couple of kanji, and you're just like, I'm just going to agree with it and hope that is actually, well, that
I don't.
it says the same thing.
I don't know. I know a lot of kanji. So I usually, if I can see it, usually I know if it's correct, and I can read it. It's just I don't know. With Japanese, speaking is the big issue. Is just knowing off the top of my head just remembering the words. Like because like I've learned primarily through like, watching anime and stuff, right? And pretty good way to learn. I don't know why people think it's not a good way to learn, but so I watch a lot of anime, and I can understand basically everything whenever I'm watching. Well, it depends on what I'm watching, but like for the most part, I can have a pretty decent level of comprehension if I'm watching stuff. And it's kind of it's frustrating because like I'll be able to read what people are saying, or what somebody's saying to me, and or listen to something, and I can understand it just fine, but then when it comes to speaking, it's like all the words I know, just they're just all gone. There's just none, and I can't speak.
I think the main reason why people say anime is a bad way of learning is not necessarily that it's a bad way of learning, but it's more so that it's overly informal. Whereas if you,
It's
like,
not
for instance, they might say like ikinai as
It's not
opposed to
actually
ikimasen. If you were going to Japan and speaking to Japanese people, you would...
Oh, they wouldn't care because you're a foreigner, so it wouldn't really make
Well,
a difference.
that's true, but like,
But
you
also,
really want to be using ikimasen as your primary, and then defaulting to
it really
ikinai
that's what people
when
say, but
you're
it really depends, because there are a lot of situations where it's going to seem very bizarre if you're speaking that way. If you're concerned about being accurate like that, then first of all, if you're a foreigner and you go to Japan, nobody's really going to follow you, especially because they're gonna probably realize this guy doesn't know very good Japanese. This guy's not very good at Japanese. They'll tell you you're good at Japanese, though. It's a lie.
Oh, I know.
But they're just trying to be nice.
This.
But it's yeah, . they'll so you know if you're not very good at Japanese, they appreciate the fact that you're even trying to speak it and stuff, and they're not going to fault the fact that you're saying like things incorrectly, or too informally and stuff. They're just gonna be like, oh, okay, oh you speak. They're gonna be too. They'll be like, oh, he's speaking Japanese, nice, all right.
Put
cool.
that in contrast is usually you get people who try speaking English and they speak really bad like English to the point where you can barely understand them. And what do English people do? They're just like, oh, they come to our country and they can't even speak proper fucking English. And it's just like, dude, they're trying. It's just like,
Yeah.
have you tried learning fucking whatever their language is, Portuguese? Have you tried speaking to them in their native language? No, then stop fucking complaining. It's
I
like,
can't speak Portuguese. I know a lot of
English
people.
It's like English people who go to Spain on holiday
Yeah.
tend to go to areas like, for instance, Benidorm. Very much, there's an entire English tourist section along the coast, and
you can go to the
they've got English pubs. They've got basically all the Spanish people. Spanish? Did I say Spain? Yeah, all the Spanish people there pretty much speak English, bar a few of them. And it's such a shame because you go to Spain and you don't hear any Spanish. You literally just hear a load of Spanish people speaking English because of the tourists.
That's unfortunate. Imagine you're the person who's like, I'm gonna go to Spain to get. Well, then if you do speak, the other languages and stuff, you can just go to the places that aren't tourist friendly. That's what I want to do whenever I go to Japan. Like, I really want to go to like, just like the areas where you need Japanese in order to like function and stuff, and especially like because I've actually heard like from some people where it's like they're like where they've talked about going to other countries and stuff where they've had like the situation that I'm currently in where they're like, oh, I can understand it, but like producing it, the big issue is just it feels.
You need someone to speak to.
Well, it's not that I need someone to speak to. I know a fair number of Japanese people that I could speak to in Japanese, and sometimes I do. It's just that the problem is first of all it's the words, but also it's just the like I feel like I'm going to make a mistake. But like if you're in a situation where it's like, well, you have really no other choice but to speak, even if you're going to mess up. I have what? VOR red. Eh?
I have no idea.
Kaylee Bradley. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. But hello, welcome to the stream. I don't know what vor.red is supposed to mean, but okay. But anyway,
I wonder if unless that's a different language again.
if that's a different language.
I don't think so
Vor-
because that
I
looks
don't
too
think that's a different
too
language.
capitalized and.
If that is a different language, they're going too advanced for way too advanced for me, like completely. I need them to dumb it down a whole lot, and speak their first of all do their other language in a normal, because I'm pretty sure they're not capitalized like that, but I don't know.
One of the things
It's a strange message.
like,
Maybe
if I
it's
try speaking to someone in another language and they're speaking to me in English, and I can't, like, if they're trying their hardest and they're like trying to say something to me in English, but things are getting confused and they're just like, I'm like, I'm sorry, like my English is bad. I usually just turn around to them just like, yeah, your English is better than whatever language you usually speak. Like, I can't speak your language.
Oh yeah.
You're speaking my language, so actually, or you're trying to speak my language, so actually, really don't worry about it just because, you're doing a good job.
It's the attempt.
You're holding the conversation for both of us.
Yeah. Can't have a conversation if you can't speak somebody else's language. I can only speak English, and I can speak a little bit of Japanese, just not very much. Not enough to not confidently. The big issue is the confidence, really. There are a lot of issues, all right? I do think by the end of the year, though, I'll probably be able to speak decently enough. I want to be at some sort of fluency by the end of the year. That's my goal. Not. It depends what people think about fluency, but usually from what I've seen, people don't think fluency means like absolutely perfect in a language enabled.
It means you
to
can
master.
hold a conversation without like, even if you, I guess, you can hold a conversation. You can almost translate stuff in real time,
I don't. I
but
don't
you don't
actually.
necessarily have to translate it perfectly.
I don't actually consider translation to be really necessarily an important thing for it, especially because a lot. And I didn't understand this before because I used to think like, oh, if you can understand something, surely you can translate it. But so Mo actually his the other programmer his first language is not English. It's another language. So assumedly he's fluent in both of those languages. Maybe. I mean, maybe he's not fluent in his native language. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he is though. But I would always ask him sometimes. I'd be like, "How do you say this thing in Arabic?" Because that is his native language, and he'd be like, "I don't know." And that never made any sense to me because I'm like, how can you be fluent in two languages and not know how to translate between and not be able to translate something between the two, right? And I I think it's just because like
Things exist in languages which don't exist in others.
well, it's not just that because you can express things in different languages. It's just there's more to it than just like, oh, I know how to say this in one language. Like whenever I'm watching things like I don't translate things whenever I'm listening or reading Japanese or whatever. I don't really understand how because apparently I never really read about like how people like second language learners stuff they talk about like they're like, oh, this language what is it, they're like these language learners learn later in life and they engage with the language through their own language. And I'm like, how do you do that? Because like a lot of Japanese, I told you this the other day where like I'll listen to it and I'll be like, how the hell are you supposed to translate that? How would you say that in English? And I have no idea. So I don't necessarily think like being fluent translation is really a requirement or even an important thing with that.
Yeah.
Rather, I think to me what fluency means, and this is what I mean whenever I say I want to be fluent, is I want to be able to, first of all, comprehension. I feel like comprehension needs to be easy, just like little to no barrier with comprehension. Um, and speaking, I feel like it should be like I can have a conversation about pretty much any topic. Some topics that require specialized vocabulary, maybe not those, but any sort of topic that doesn't have those, I should be able to um, keep up with those and just and I should be able to understand Japanese well enough that whenever I don't understand something, it can be explained to me in Japanese and I can fully understand it. That's what fluency is to me. Well, granted,
Okay.
I can understand stuff in Japanese. Some of those things I already have. It's just some of them I don't.
The example of something which doesn't necessarily exist and would be really hard to translate is komorebi.
What was that?
Komorebi, which
Is that
is
Japanese?
yeah, it's Japanese, but the
Okay.
English
I don't recognize that
translation
word.
is the interplay between light and leaves when sunlight shines through trees.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that
That's just
word.
dappled light.
Just
Dappled
like
light.
there's one word which then takes an entire sentence to explain in English.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of things that I'm pretty sure there are probably things like that, that if you go from English to, in fact, I know there are. I just can't think of any examples, but I've seen them where it's like, where like the phrasing in Japanese, I'm like, that's a long ass way to phrase that in Japanese, but the English is like super simple. But that's how it is with every language because every language has like different different things and stuff in different ways, different.
Agree. Yeah, Japanese. I think it's just
Oh shit! I'm drawing on the
Japanese
wrong layer.
build their sentences kind of. Well, I'd say massively different. They're somewhat similar, but then
Fuck.
yeah, when you look at a sentence in Japanese and the subject is kind of moved around in the sentence, and the subject is sometimes even omitted. There's some sentences, yeah, which make sense in Japanese, but don't necessarily make the same sense in English.
Oh yeah,
But
you gotta.
from a Japanese perspective, you can see how they've come to that conclusion. I'm trying to think of an example.
Well, I mean, people drop the I all the time in Japanese.
It's true.
Which which is an interesting. I think a lot of like apparently they do that in Spanish too a lot, which is interesting. But I feel like and I think this is something I'll need to get used to a bit because sometimes I feel like I need to specify things more than I probably do. Because I feel like,
Hmm.
because that's the thing with English, where English is a very specific language. I feel like what I should do, in order to get more natural with it, is I should get in the habit of, if I think it can be assumed, just leave it out. Don't worry about it. And if it doesn't, if it's not understood, then somebody can ask, then clarification can be asked, and I can give clarification. And I feel like just doing it like that way, and also just listening to like how other people talk, and like when other people leave things out or don't, and just like, I don't know, go from there, you know. I don't know. Languages be complicated. Where'd you go?
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. You're just very
Sorry.
quiet.
No, I was just reading some code. I'm trying to figure out where that collision bug is, because yesterday I figured out that that collision bug is not in my level wrapping branch. It's in the main branch, which
Oh
means
my gosh.
I've
Photoshop, what are you doing?
committed that without seeing that bug, and now that's in main. So now I've got to go back through my commits and find out exactly what I broke and where I broke it. And it might be here, but I doubt it's there, because that's to do with active objects, and active objects are not the collision of the level, so I doubt it's that change. Fun. I changed so much over the past few days as well, because 5 days ago, like in the past 5 days, refactored some collision code 5 days ago. Yeah, there you go. Added missing references, fixed 2-player objects, renamed bonus stage and carnival night objects, added level names to all remaining Sonic 3 objects, renamed objects for a load of Sonic 3 stages, renamed common and defect zone objects, renamed flying battery zone objects, renamed electricity objects, object tithering, refactoring, and object naming description consistency. So basically, there's all these commits which I've just kind of bundled on top of each other. But somewhere in there, I've broken something.
Sometimes I'm glad I'm not a coder.
Sometimes.
Well, other times I'd like to be able to code.
That's true.
I mean, I guess I can code, just not very well.
What I find weird about programming is quite a lot of people tend to say, oh yeah, so you can program, therefore you can do anything.
What doesn't make any sense?
It's just like, it's like, oh yeah, so I see you make, web apps, or you make, yeah, let's say you do like web apps. Can you also hack into this phone? And it's just like, they're completely different beasts. They're completely separate. Like, one's like hardware-based stuff and requires like low-level knowledge of syscalls and shit, and the other one is just making a web app with some high-level language. It's just, yeah, people who don't know the scope of programming. It's like, oh yeah, so web app. Are you good at game development? And it's just like, not really. No, they're different as well.
Some programmers can do a lot of things, though.
Oh yeah, you tend to, like, if you know the kind of syntax and stuff, you can figure stuff out, because it's just the different frameworks you have to learn, and like different theories on how stuff works. Like I said, when I went on Sonic 2 HD, I had no idea exactly what vectors were or how game programming does. What the fuck is a vector normal?
I don't know.
And this, well, wait, you don't know what a vector normal is? You must know what a vector normal is.
Well, I'm not a programmer. I am an artist. That
True.
yeah. Although I'm pretty good at like helping finding like solutions to things with programmers.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Collision table.
I've done that a lot with like Sonic 2 HD, like visual things specifically. Just because like I understand, like because I do understand like a little bit about like how coding works and stuff. and specifically, I just know a lot about like how visual stuff works, kind of. So, provided the programmer is a competent programmer, then I could be like, okay, so here's how this thing might work, and here's how I think this thing might work. Now, I'm assuming you probably know more about this than me, so you can fill in the gaps in my knowledge. Like with what was it? The tree in Sonic 2 HD and the no, in
I bet it's this file. I bet I've made some sort of logical cock up in this file. Because this file, this collision table class, has got stuff like get possible collision intersections, update all connections, and it basically handles the updating of collision vectors. Update connections for vector. And I've done a massive refactor on it. I was basically tidying the code up, but in tidying it, I've also changed the logic somewhere. And I reckon it's that. Somewhere, I don't know exactly where, because it all looks reasonable to me, but then of course it would, because I was the one who tidied it up. And I've already missed the bug, so somewhere in here there's going to be a bug. I reckon it's that file. I'm going to need to revert that. And then test.
I accidentally drew on the wrong layer, so I need to, like, fix it.
You drew on the wrong layer? Oh
yeah.
no.
I don't usually do that, though. Oh, it's not a big deal. First of all, I didn't do that much, and also, like, I don't know. I'm pretty good at, like, salvaging things. Although, despite the fact that I'm pretty good at doing that, I don't usually need to do it.
I was going to say, I guess that's almost akin to programmers doing some work on a different branch, or on the branch, which they're not supposed to.
Yeah, but aren't, like, with branches and stuff, they're set up so that, like, you can, not without too much difficulty. I know it can get complicated depending on some stuff, but you can, like, revert that.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like the end of the world. With drawing, it can be pretty bad. Like whenever people like do the line art on the sketch layer, because that can be really hard to salvage. Sometimes you can, but it depends. So then you either got to do it again, or just give up. Which sometimes people just give up because they're like, fuck this. I spent all that time and all that work is gone because I drew on the wrong layer. But I don't know. I luckily don't really have that issue too much of drawing on the wrong layer. Unfortunately, I had that issue today though. So, and for some reason, my like head hurts. That's weird.
Oh shit! It's because I'm. Okay, the branch. Where am I? Okay, I'm not anywhere. Okay, that's fine. Settings. What did I change in there? Can't even remember doing that. Let's show this. Ah, yeah, enable height. Oh, I'll move the JC more as well. That's fine.
This video has 3 likes.
Way.
I have not made very much progress today. That's okay though. I'm not going to worry about the fact that I haven't made much progress. I'm just going to accept the progress that I have made. Okay. Alright, let's get to work.
Ooh. Nice. So if hang on, I don't want this commit. Well, actually, I'm going to test this commit first. And if this commit is still horribly broken, then I know it's this one. I can then just.
Why is this not? Do I have a selection? No, I don't have a selection. Why is this not working? Why are you not drawing Photoshop? Okay, it's drawing there. Oh, okay. I guess that works. I'm gonna lower this. Lower them. No, slow. There we go.
Oh yeah, I also noticed you're apparently doing all the art at 8K, which I'm very happy about.
This is actually 4K right now, but I am going to
Oh.
upscale it to 8K for the final art. It's easier to do it in batches, because do it smaller, scale it up, and then do it bigger, and put in like more details. If you want more details, anyways. Which I guess I
Still
do.
exists. Reset and 1. And then
Yeah. See if I like full screen this and I zoom out to 100%, it just covers my entire screen, which is a 4K screen. I do not have an 8K screen. 8K screen would actually be problematic because like all the text is like really tiny on the 4K screen already, and an 8K screen, it would be even more so problematic.
well, you could just up the text size.
Yeah, but that, I don't know, it just causes issues. I think I will never switch to a 4K screen. It's too much. Unnecessary.
8K.
Or yeah, 8K screen. I have a 4K screen. 4K is great. I love the 4K screen.
Gonna say now you will, just because of the way technology goes. You will update to one at some point in your life, because 4K screens will probably become obsolete at some point, and then you'll be forced to go to 4K.
But like 8K is just kind of like, it's not. If you have a screen the size that I have and I like working with, 8K literally just makes no sense.
Yeah, but
Like,
what I mean is, if 4K screens become obsolete, much like
Yeah,
if
no, I
you
get what you're
said,
saying.
"Oh, I'm never going to update to a 4K screen," and then suddenly all your old analog TVs are suddenly obsolete and you can't buy them anymore, you're going to have to upgrade. That's B.
No, I get what you're saying. But although you can get like, I mean, you can't get. I guess what is it? The 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 2K, not 2K. Standard definition. That's what I was looking for.
HD. Oh, standard definition. You can still get standard definition?
Well, I think you can. It's just I think those are hard to find, is what I was trying to say. Like HD, you can still get, because people still use that. In fact, I intend to get an HD screen because HD games and HD stuff looks really awful on a 4K screen whenever it scales them up. So I need a 4K screen for some viewing. There's a video player called MPV, and it lets you have like add-ons into it and stuff. And I have one add-on that lets me like scale things up with like the AI scaling, which we tested out with Sonic 2 HD for the see how that would look. But I have that for that thing, and I can like watch, so then I can watch stuff and play them in 4K, which has varying levels of success. I think it doesn't look that great, to be honest, but it can look a little bit better than just like it looks better than other upscales, is what it is basically. But it does not look very great. It just makes it it brings something from being like not so good to being like okay. Although you can also like do other like filter methods, and some of those look better. Like I really I like using the what is it, like the nearest neighbor filter method for upscaling.
Oh yeah, nearest neighbor, the pixel.
Yeah, because then I mean, like you get like jaggy edges kind of, but it looks better than like it doesn't get the blurring, and I hate the blurring. The blurring just looks ugly, so I don't like that. But the other option is I use AI and my graphics card to scale things up, and I have a fancy graphics card now, so why not? Why not use it?
Good news, I found where the bug is. It was exactly where I thought it was. That file which I refactored, I broke something.
Hmm. I see.
Now I've solution bug. Do you know what that means? Now fixed collision bug. That might have actually fixed my
Teleporter,
level wrap. Yeah.
level wrap. It is a level wrap, yeah. Okay, I see. The big thing, like, I'm having difficulty with this background here is, like, the shading, which is how you can create, like, I guess that's fine. Yeah. No, okay. I will make it a little bit, well, I guess I can do that, and then maybe I can lower the, yeah, I'm going to do it that way. Because I want to keep the values low here, like a low value. I guess I'll flatten it. A low value, low value, I don't know. Low contrast in the background here, so that, you know, looks like it's the background. But it's like, it's difficult to work with and also get like the perspective and make things look like they have depth. Okay, I don't want to flatten that yet, actually. Do depth. Current layer. For some reason my head fucking hurts. Why do I have a headache? That's really weird. I don't usually get those.
Staring at the screen.
Nope. That wouldn't be it. Because I do that constantly. Oh. Well, I'm not sure what it is, but massaging my forehead kind of makes it feel better. Which is strange. Oh, I'm getting hungry. But I'm going to eat at 3. I must wait until 3 and then I eat.
Merge that back across. So now to test whether collision's still broken as fuck.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
True. If it's fixed, then we're cooking with fire. As they say.
What about current layer?
We will be
Current layer.
on the road to getting, was it Labyrinth Zone, Metropolis Zone, what other things use? Oh, Chrome Gadget obviously uses a wrap. Okay, clearly that wrap's not working, but at least I'm not glitching out, so that's fine. I wonder if this slope is fixed. Oh, I disabled the wrap, didn't I?
I have no idea, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I commented out the line of code last night. I said, oh, I'll disable that to see if, because that's what's causing the issues. And then I went, oh, no, it's not that. It was when I was on the call with you, I commented out that line.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I'm maybe.
I don't expect you to remember it.
I was there, but I did not understand most of what you were doing because I don't really understand programming that much. Only a little bit.
Okay, we still got a slight teleport bug,
Mm.
No. Oh, wait.
but Oh yay, we can hear.
Hello, you are Aussie. I would take by your name.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Alex. I'm streaming, by the way, so just so you know. Let me see. One person, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who that one person is potentially hears what you're saying. This isn't the meeting that we're talking about having. Hopefully today. We're waiting for Mo to give if Mo can do it. And I mean, I guess
Figured.
Mike's not online right now. I think he had something. I forget what it was, but yeah. Hopefully Mo can get back to us, and we can do the meeting today.
Well,
'Cause,
I do have some bad news that I think around 3 o'clock I have to head out and I'm going to be gone for a good chunk of the day.
until what time do you think?
9 to 10.
9 or 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be asleep by then.
Yeah, I figured. Sorry.
Because I don't want us to have like the discussion without you and Mo on board, so that makes things problematic.
I know.
And I would like it if we could do the discussion today, because that will get
Bye, Nimbus.
that'd get things. Well, then we can really get to work with everything and stuff, and we don't need to be like, what are we doing? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I know there's like this level that I'm working on right now, but we need other
So-
levels. I want to get.
How much do you have done at least on the first one? That
This
level we've discussed in the past.
this.
I'd assume you're still going with that theme.
Literally what I'm working on now. That's what I have done.
Okay.
I don't know if you see the stream or not. If you're looking at
I
the stream, then
don't.
you would be the one viewer. In which case, but here, look,
I'm
I'll post
not.
it in the chat. That's what I have done so far. I'm trying to make it look more
Ooh.
three-dimensional.
So nice.
Because, well, it's funny you say that because I feel like it's not quite where I want it to be.
I think it's a good. I mean, of course, for what you have it at right now, I think it looks good. But obviously, I know that's clearly not the final product.
Yeah. Well, especially the foreground. The background, though, the background's kind of almost there, but I want to make it. I don't know. I want to make it more three-dimensional, but I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that and make it work.
Yeah.
Maybe I
I
should just do
definitely
the
think.
foreground first. Or
So
the
I
front.
definitely think it would be nice, obviously, that we all need to be on the same page here. Once again, it's pretty obvious at this point, but I don't know. I really would like to rethink. Not like I definitely don't want to redo everything that I've done so far, or at least what I have in
definitely
mind. But I still have trouble picturing what the game is like.
How so?
I just I don't know. I just am having trouble picturing it. I guess I don't necessarily have one singular idea in mind, which I guess is more on my part.
I have a pretty good vision of how I've been imagining it, but I don't know if others. I don't know. Basically, like in my mind, it's like you run around and shoot things. I guess.
I have that much in mind, but that's about it. When it comes to like the general gameplay loop, is what I'm having trouble picturing.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the trouble is, and I don't know how to explain what I picture in a good way. Because like in my mind, like I see it, like I see like the character running across the screen, and like you grapple hooking onto enemies and stuff, like jumping around with the rocket jump, diving down to attack a whole bunch of enemies. Like that's what I have in my mind.
A basic idea, but I guess it's all the little details that I'm missing, which is distorting my vision.
Like what details?
So once again, we are going with a free aim thing, correct? Is that
Yes.
what we're thinking?
That's like the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why isn't this
Just wanna
adding
make sure that's
shadow?
proper.
What is going on?
We're not going with a fixed aim thing.
Oh, I'm on the fucking. No, we're not going with fixed aim. That's
Okay, that's what I figured.
Astro Joyride is the fixed aim aim system, where this one is not. This one is.
Okay. By the way, I forget who listed the different kinds of 2D running
It
gun
was
thing
Mike.
last night. Yeah,
Oh.
honestly, I myself have never really heard or really played a game where you have to stand still to shoot, a 2D game.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have, because when he said he was going to list the different kinds, I thought, okay, fixed and free aim. I don't think I've ever played a
To be fair, well,
one of them, for an example.
the way, because like right now the way we have it, it's whenever you're shooting, you're not moving, but the way, because the speed of the shoot, it'll basically, it shouldn't really make a huge difference. Like it's not going to be like you stop, shoot. It's more like you're running, you shoot, and for a split second your character pauses.
I'm just afraid that might mess up the momentum.
I, well, we could set it up so that like whenever you're shooting, the character doesn't like lose their momentum. Like it just like you just immediately start running again right afterwards. Basically, make it work like it is shooting while running, but it's not. So like from the player's perspective, it almost seems like moving and shooting at the same time, but programmatically, basically like like the way it actually functions and the way the animations are set up, it's only the movement. That's how I've been imagining it. I don't like that color. I want green here. There we go.
That does give me more to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could think of another game that's like that, just to give me an example.
I'm not sure, but actually, I do know of a game where you do have to stop to shoot. But that game doesn't really focus on shooting. Shantae, she has the shooting ability where she shoots her gun in Pirate's Curse. I'm not sure if she has any like projectiles in the other ones, but basically you stop and you shoot. But it's really slow, and that's not at all what I'm imagining.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Yoshi's Island, where you fire Yoshi's egg and he stopped in place. But in that game, I believe you can strafe while you're shooting, but in most cases, it's kind of better to just sit still and take the shot. But
Yeah,
with that game, shooting obviously isn't the main. Well, actually, it is a main mechanic, but it's more the platform that's a bigger focus over the shooting, where shooting is particularly used for certain enemies or bosses.
Yeah.
Where you are in an enclosed arena where you're not moving around as much.
Yeah, we can. I don't know. We need to make him. I feel like ours would be something in between, like the stopping, because you don't have to fully come to a stop in order to shoot, and that's because like you said, that would kill momentum, and I think that's not how it should work.
No.
Got to keep that momentum.
But even then, with stopping for just a moment and picking up momentum, that's still kind of like mess up the kind of, how do I put it?
I mean,
the player's momentum, like what the player expects.
Have you played? Okay, have you played the Astro Joyride demos that we've made?
I mean, I have played older builds, yes.
Okay, well, because it's kind of basically should work like that, where you do stop to shoot, but it's really not very long.
Okay. No, I know what you're talking about now.
And I mean, this game is built on top of Astro Joyride. So, like, it should work literally exactly the same.
Okay.
Except Astro Joyride doesn't have free aim.
Yeah, it's fixed aim. When I definitely think of golden examples of fixed aim in 2D platforming, I think of Metroid, Mega Man, stuff like that.
Is Metroid fixed aim? I thought you could aim in Metroid.
You can, but you have to sit. In the latest one, you have to stand still to get free aim, but other than that, it's fixed aim.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's what so, because Mike was talking about, like, different controls and controllers and stuff. Like, I want, my opinion is to make it focus mostly on, like, I feel like with the dual sticks, that's, like, that's an easy to adapt from a mouse.
Yeah, it's easy. I was going to say, on keyboard and mouse, you use WASD to move, mouse to aim. On controller, left stick to move, right stick to aim.
Yeah, although we will want to give, I am a big fan of letting the player adjust controls to their heart's content. So obviously, like,
Okay. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Maybe not necessarily exactly how you're thinking, but I mean, like, when I was thinking about using controller, that I feel like it would be a little harder to aim, just personally from my perspective. So I definitely think visual aids that are toggleable on either PC or console would be a good idea,
I mean, you'd
like
have
a
an aim
laser
there, wouldn't
sight,
you?
for example.
Oh,
or a
laser.
reticle.
I was imagining like a reticle thing.
A reticle or a laser sight, because I imagine a laser sight would actually be easier for console, and they're toggleable on any platform, so you don't have to have them on if you don't want.
Okay, we can
That's just
explore those things.
something
I
that
don't know.
floated by my mind, but hey, I want to hear other people's perspective. Because maybe it's just me, because personally I've played like PC games on console, and I have a hard time adjusting.
Yes, PC games on console often don't work so well, but well, it depends on the game. What was that?
Out of bug.
Oh,
I figured out where the bug is. Something dumb I was doing.
he's working on Sonic 2 HD right now,
On HD.
or one.
All of
HD?
them.
Well, they're the same thing. Whatever.
Level wrap.
Yeah.
Fun as hell when things go horribly wrong.
That's okay.
But no, it's actually going right. I've fixed the collision bug. So there's no weird teleporting. The only weird teleporting at the moment is in Lab 3, and that's because it's trying to do... Yep, fix that. Sick. Yes! It's alive! We have a full level wrap. Oh shit, no, I've just gone for a wall. There's a reason, there's a gap. The vertical level wrap works, but you have to go slow, otherwise you go through the wall which has no
I
collision.
have this backwards. I know how to fix this.
And it's still glitchy as hell for Lab 3, because I need to figure out some more mathy stuff.
Wait. All layers. Okay. No wait. Current below. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Two. No, wrong layer. There we go. Gotta cut this out. I'm trying to make like a hole. Well, not really a hole, I suppose, but like a cutout in this rock layer, because I feel like that can look interesting. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that look correct, and I think I figured out how. Where'd you guys go?
Oh, still here.
I left.
Oh, well. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not here anymore.
Yesterday we, because I was telling Alan Steven about the, who the final boss is going to be. And he was like, oh, that surprised me. I was expecting like a demon, like, monster type thing. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? That would be a pretty cool boss to have. So one idea that
Pretty
I was-
generic, though.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of generic.
Well, that's why.
expected.
But that's
You can
why.
always
But
do that
hold
at
on,
different bots.
hold on. Here's my idea for it. Right. So, well, that's why I wanted to be a different boss, like not the final boss. So basically, what we can do throughout the game is we hype Nex up as being like this monstrous demon thing or whatever, right? And I'll even like make like a demon design for Nex. So like this is what people are expecting, and then like in like the third level or something, we can have like it's like, oh, the demon's here in this level, like that's what like you'll come across like NPCs or whatever that say that they talk about like a demon or whatever, and it's like suggesting like it's Nex and stuff, and Lumen knows Nex, they have a history, so Lumen's like, ah, finally, this is Nex is here, I can finally take care of her and get rid of her and her evil deeds. And then she gets up to it and she's like, what the hell, you're not it's like this, it's like an actual like monster demon thing
Yeah.
guy, and it's like, oh damn it, you're not Nex, this is boring, lame. So then you beat that one, and then in the next level, it actually is next. And it's like finally, the real demon, and then and then next pops out, and it's like, oh, that's the demon.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Nex is a demon though. Like that is an apt description of Nex, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Kind of quirky though.
Well, she just likes murdering things. That's her.
Yeah, kind of quirky though.
That's her deal. Yeah, sure, quirky.
Quirky. But she kind of quirky though.
All right. I need to do. I'm excited. I want to design more characters and bosses and stuff. Those are fun. Those are fun to design. I like designing those.
I mean, if you have boss ideas, throw them at me, and I'll see what I can think of.
Oh, it's just the demon one, and I mean, there's also Nex, which we already have, like, because we'll just make her work similarly to how she does in Astro Joyride, but we'll have to like adapt it, but like we can think of like her from like that perspective.
Okay. Oh, I already have some ideas.
Yeah.
So, are we doing power ups or upgrades in this game?
I think we're doing upgrades.
We're still sticking with the upgrades.
We can like do different. We can decide to do something different. I do think we should have some kind of upgrade or something, because those are fun, and they add replay value.
I think we've discussed in the past that what we would do is we make upgrades you could find hidden within levels.
Is that what it
And-
was? I thought it was like you get like tokens that are hidden in levels,
Okay.
and those can
Like
be used
tokens.
to upgrade your weapons, and like you can only upgrade them in so many ways, so then you have to like make decisions, and then you can play the game again and make different decisions.
Exactly. I think that's
Yeah.
what we discussed.
Yeah, I wrote that in the or mentioned that, maybe not in full detail, but I mentioned that in the write up I did about how the project currently stands. Which, did you read that, Stephen?
Nope.
What?
Wait, which one?
The one, if you scroll up where I said, okay, here's the plan thus far.
In which
And then
case, if that was this morning, I probably did.
Oh, okay. It's just the thing I did right before I started streaming, or right before I
Oh,
made
okay,
that shout
yeah.
out.
In which case, yeah. I did.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't. There's not like it's not like the most complicated game, so I feel like, and also like what you guys are talking about, like you and Mike yesterday. I feel like none of that really contradicts anything like we've already discussed. So we're in a good spot for now.
Bruh.
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 I don't know why you're saying bruh, but okay.
Because it's a bruh moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
You say so.
All right. Okay, that piece is definitely way too dark.
Oh. I'm a bit happier. My level wrap works. There's still some weird bugs, but the level wrap works. So.
It's better. All right.
We have more contrast on the rocks.
Which
I
rocks?
feel like-
The
I
background.
don't know. I feel like the middle
Hmm?
right hand rocks and the middle left hand rocks.
Middle left-hand rocks. What the hell?
Yeah, there's the middle left and middle right. I don't know how else to explain it.
I'm not sure which ones you're talking
No, I
about.
took my eyes. Oh no, never mind. Don't worry.
I am trying to give them more depth, and actually, I am quite happy with how on the left they're looking, because they're looking more three-dimensional, and that's really what I want. That's what I want to go for the rest of this. But god damn it, it's gonna take a while, which is annoying. But okay, I should be able to get it done before too long. Ugh. And then I'll have to make the foreground, and luckily that's 99% of the level done. Once the foreground and the background are done, because that's like the main pieces, and then we can start making smaller pieces for the level and start thinking about, oh, what can we do for here? We can make this piece more interesting. Oh, that reminds me, level design wise, something I was thinking what we can do is rather than making like A to B, is maybe we can just design them like kind of like mazes, and you have to like find the end of it, and that might be interesting.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Here's a question in terms of level design. This hang on, no, because you've got your special for OS or whatever it's called.
For 2D.
For 2D. Oh,
Yeah.
I was supposed to think OS. For 2D, which does all the fill and the outline. So in actual fact, the foreground elements aren't going to be visible here.
Huh? What do you mean they're not?
Well, for instance, let's say somewhere in there, I'm guessing behind this like foreground bismuth layer, you've got that like flat plane.
No. Here, look. Here's how it works. So this is the foreground that the character walks on, right up here. This is very much not complete. It's just a rough like idea. So that's where the character stands on. Then behind that, you have this background. And this will be multiple layers. Like I'm thinking like, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, fuck ton of layers.
So when you say the character is there, is that front layer of bismuth not in front of the character?
I mean, it probably will be.
Okay. So that
just
front layer, what happens if that front layer then dips down? I guess we've got background parallax going on, but then...
What do you mean?
Like, if you have like a gap in the floor which you can drop down.
Well, then it just goes up like this, and then you go boop, drop down it. I don't know. I'm confused as to what the issue would be. Here, look. If you look at the Fur2D site, you can see basically Fur2D. 2D. Because you make all four edges of it. You make the top edge, the side edge, the bottom edge, and so if you drop down below it, you have that. So, yeah.
Okay, so you got different shading based on which edges.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It just has different edges. I mean, I don't have the edges right now. Right now, it's just a shitty. Well, this is actually photo bashing because I used the photos for that.
Oh yeah.
But but yeah, I'm probably going to. I don't. The final probably won't be photos bashing, but maybe it will be. I don't know. I might use some photo bashing for like the front rocks here because I want those to have a lot of like detail in them, but I'm not sure yet because I really don't like how they look right now. But I want them to look really, really nice and sexy. All right, let's go back to this. Keep painting. Oh, I have to go another hour, and then it's food time.
Yes, what now? Who?
Okay. Got another question.
Hmm.
You see, there's the blocks on the ceiling which you're currently drawing.
Yeah, I'm working on the ceiling blocks. What about?
And then there's a gap in the middle.
Yeah.
Zoom out. There's like a big gap in the middle. There's floor stuff. There's stuff on the ceiling. Is this a cave? Is this a bismuth cave?
No, in my mind, these rocks are just fucking floating.
Oh, okay. That also works.
Yeah.
I was thinking potentially this is a big bismuth cave.
I mean, I guess it could be that. I don't know. It's open to interpretation.
I was just thinking that middle section could have some like mad lighting going on.
It's open to interpretation, so it could be. Mostly, like in my mind, the way I'm thinking about it, it's like a planet, and the for whatever reason, the way the atmosphere works, it lets rocks float in it, and so then you have these floating fucking rock shit going on.
I feel like
it could be a cave.
There's gonna be some really fucking weird lore on this game by the end of it. We're gonna get to the end of it, and it'll just be like, so like everyone, all the fans will probably, if there are fans, they'll probably just be like, so what's the storyline with this? It's just like, well, yeah, it's stipulated that it's outer space thing, and we're just like, no, they just float for no fucking reason. What you on about?
The rocks do, yeah. We can
Fantal
play
asks,
things.
so what's the story? And our answer is yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
So
that
it's,
to be honest, I always find it amusing just to like whenever people ask questions about stories, just to give them weirder answers than what they're like. They expect like one answer. Just give them something that's going to confuse them even more than the question did.
Exactly, because then they'll want to dive into it deeper. You get people more interested then if you give
maybe
them something even more confusing.
My thought was just it would just be funny to me, but sure, that's also a possibility. Like people.
Double-edged
So,
weapon
if-
that works for us. In both
imagine we
ways.
get this done
Mhm.
and we end up doing a sequel. We should
Well,
then
technically,
basically just really confuse people.
we
with
are
the
technically
timelines.
doing a sequel, because this is okay. So the game we were working on before, Astro Joyride, which is the character, which is what next comes from. That game, we are planning to go back to that game after this one is finished. The reason we're doing this one is because Astro Joyride is a gigantic game, like absolutely huge.
So does that make it a sequel or a prequel? Answer is yes. It's both at the same time. Oh my god!
Sequel prequel.
Hold up.
What?
No, imagine having both at the same time. So you've got like a game which is both a prequel and a sequel, but there's some weird like time hopping mechanics in it,
God damn it, space time.
which really fuck with the storyline.
We could imply they
That-
cap in at the
Has
same
anyone
time.
actually done that?
Yeah,
Just
probably.
like a game which is a prequel, but was also a sequel because you're kind of jumping to before event. You're like playing before events
Okay,
as
this
well
is
as after
actually
events within the
this
same
isn't-
game and time traveling.
Hold on, this
Okay,
isn't a
you know
game.
what the
Wait,
first
wait,
game
wait,
that comes to
okay.
my mind about that stuff? Time
Alright.
Fuck.
I don't.
Which is
okay.
spelled FCUK, which came out a while ago, and it's just
Time
it's a
fuck.
completely nonsensical game where your future self tells you to get into this fucking box.
Get into this fucking box. Okay.
Yeah, it's made from one of my favorite indie devs, Edmund McMillan.
Mm.
It's like a puzzle game, but it's really interesting.
The one,
That would be
the
cool
only
is
thing
if you had.
I know
Played back
of
in high school.
would
Oh,
be cool.
I was just thinking, what would be cool is if you had the prequel sequel idea, but then you had it so that you could actually then time travel to specific areas in this game as well.
Oh,
so
the way the levels and stuff are going to be made are totally different. So it wouldn't.
no, but you have the
work too well.
background of this level
Mhm.
as the background of another, or sorry, the foreground of this level as the background of another level, so you can see
Mm.
the character running in the background as you're running in the
That'd
foreground.
be funny.
So you're kind of like you're following a similar path to the other player. So you see them kind of like flit in and out of like in gaps in the background. You see another you hopping over stuff.
Well, they're different characters because Nex is the player character in the other game.
Shit. Well, yeah, that would work as well. Yeah, it doesn't.
Because
it doesn't
basically-
matter at that point.
Because the idea is basically that, and I feel like that could make the game solo because then it's like, oh, this game you fight against Nex, and then the next
You
game
can-
it's like now you get to play as the evil character and murder everybody.
Better programmatically, you could have it so that you play this game, and whilst you play this game, it secretly does input recording on, well, not on like input stuff. You know, it records your input like actually your gameplay,
Mm.
and maps out how you traversed the level when you played it, and
Yeah.
then played that back in the background. So you literally watch yourself play the game in the background.
That would be neat. I don't think we're going to do that, but that would be very
It'd
cool.
be fucking stupid to do, but yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, and then the next game, like, because actually this character that this game is based around, Lumen. I originally came up with that character as an idea as the final boss of the other game that we were working on. That's now a sequel.
Like thematically, you play as her in the prequel, defeat Nex at the end, plays Nex in the sequel, defeat her at the end.
Oh, see, that's the question. Do you defeat Nex at the end of this game?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't think they defeat each other ever. I think they have their fight and stuff. And
It's
then,
an unending rivalry.
It's an unending rivalry, yeah. And then also Fortuna, because I want to have Fortuna cameo in this game. Just show up in one of the levels, just kind of standing there. That's actually something, and this is like probably one of the last things that I'm going to do. Is I want to make a bunch of NPC
Who is
characters that you
Fortuna?
can interact with. Fortuna's the one with blue hair.
Purple one.
Yeah, the purple
Purple
one.
space alien.
Yeah, she's not an alien. Actually, maybe she
I
is an
know.
alien. I don't know.
Oh, the other one, yeah.
The one who looks like a space person.
They
Space
all
person.
look like space people. That's the
Yeah, but
point of
you
the
know,
design.
she's very much purpley galaxy spacey.
It's true.
vibes.
I'm whenever I was designing her and like whenever it came out, I was like super happy with her design. I was like, oh yes, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to have her show up and just be like extremely stupid. Like just I want her dialogue to make just to confuse the player so much to make the player think, holy shit, this is the dumbest person I've ever encountered. That's my hope with that character. Man, you guys died again. It's okay. I'm hoping we can get this meeting going today. Mo never responded. He never said when he could do a meeting. Ugh. It seems not, I think.
Still stuck on that idea of the whole time travel thing, except you're playing it from like another perspective. It's almost like in Sonic Adventure 2, you've got the hero side and the dark side, but you
Yeah.
play like Sonic or Shadow, but then you're playing the same bit, but you're just playing it as the other character.
I have
To be honest,
Kinda
considered.
I've
like
always
that.
been a fan of the Dark Story in Sonic Adventure 2.
I have considered that these games, like story-wise, would take place at the same time. But maybe they don't. I don't know. It's not something I don't want
honestly,
to
they
commit.
could end in the same places.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the point.
But I don't really want
If
to.
they end up in the same places.
I don't want to necessarily like commit to anything with Astro Joyride like right now because like we might want to do something different with Astro.
Well, no, that's the thing. You don't need to commit to it right now.
It's true. It's
This
true.
you just do this level, and then later on, you then go, ah, shit, we can go back to that bismuth level. Except we play in the foreground of the foreground. There's a different character, whilst the player
To
in
be
the
fair,
background.
The first level of Astro Joyride is similar-ish to this level, so theoretically you could just pretend they're the same place.
Yeah, same place, just slightly different variants, and then you just push this far into the background.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna do
like-
that though. We'll see.
There's a little Easter egg thing, because then as you're kind
We
of
shall see.
playing as one character, you then see the other one in the background hopping over stuff, and you're just like, oh my god! That's that character doing that bit.
That me.
That me, yeah. That old me. But yeah, to do the recording the input mechanic and actually have it play back your gameplay could, well, that's a completely novel idea. But at the same time, it could go horrendously bad because what happens if you fall down like a pit of death and die? They will then respawn, and you will see yourself do that multiple times. You could like watch yourself struggle on the same part of the level for 10 minutes in the background.
It's a neat idea, but I really don't think we're gonna end up doing it.
Oh, I know.
It would be neat though. Maybe one day, maybe. Probably not me though. Actually, there are 3 games. Well, 4 now, I guess. 4 games that I want to make, and then after that, I don't know. I'm gonna fuck off and make anime or something. But for now, I make the video games because I have 3 video games. Actually, after Astro Joyride, I have this game. There's a game I want to make, and that one will be ridiculous, unnecessary. Like, you ever played Hollow Knight?
No, I've seen it, I haven't played it.
Hollow Knight's pretty good, but basically, like, it's very thematic, and the game that I want to make, the 3rd game I want to make, I guess at this point, I want to do something very thematic like that. But like, I guess it'd be even further. I already have the idea for it. It would be very expensive though. Lots of money, but that's why it's later. That's why it's a later game. Astro Joyride will have to make a shit ton of money, and then we can make we can make a crazy game.
Because currently my bets are on trying to get Sonic 1 and 2 HD done, and then at that point just pitch that to save it. That would be sick. Imagine if that got picked up. Still on that.
That would be. Then I could spend more time. I could actually spend time on it.
It might never happen. That's the horrible thing.
So that's partially why, like, cause I need to do things. That's why I'm trying to make original games and stuff. Cause like it's like, okay, well, I can't spend 20 years working on Sonic 2 HD.
Find out that there's nothing.
Well, I mean, it's fun to work on, and I'm doing it because like I like Sonic 2. Well, I don't like Sonic 2 specifically. Well, I do. I do because I'm doing it because I like the project specifically. I actually like Sonic 2 HD specifically more than I like Sonic 2. But
yeah.
But like I don't want to spend like this is something like I want to do like as a whole career.
You want to build a career. You don't want to spend all your time working on a fan game.
Yeah, I can't spend all my time working on a fan game and then get nowhere with it because. Get nowhere with it, and then it's like,
yeah,
well, shit. Now I have to do something. So, I do want to get back to working on it though. So I got to get this game done as fast as I can, and then go back to Astro Joyride, or not Astro Joyride. I mean, I will go back to Asteroid, but then once this game comes out, I want to go back and look at Sonic 2 HD and like fix everything up and release a demo. Yeah. My hope is to do all of those things within this year.
Well, my hope is, I don't know if it will happen within this year, I hope so, but basically get almost all of it programmatically working.
Oh, all of
Sonic 1 and Sonic 2.
Oh gosh. That's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I definitely think we'll definitely get our next demo done this year, I think. Hopefully. Because for me, in order to actually get back to work on there, I really need to finish up this game. Because I need that. But with you, Mike, and Cyan on the team now, I feel like that feels like a lot more of a lot more feasible to happen.
I want to get to the point where Sonic 1 easy to do because I've got the majority of it done. Now I've got the level wrapping done. That now finishes off the ability. Well, that allows us to finish off Labyrinth and Scrap Brain in terms of the actual level layout. Then I can import all the objects, do all that. That's fine. That's now doable. At the moment, they're kind of on hold. Those two, especially Scrap Brain. But with the level wrap done, those are now doable, so I can do that. Or Sonic 2, clearly I did start looking at Mystic Cave objects. And Metropolis stuff is level wrap stuff as well. So it allows us to do that. And then after Metropolis, what you've got Oil Ocean, which I've started looking at. Was that? No, that's before Metropolis. Oil Ocean. Mystic Cave and Oil Ocean I started looking at. Metropolis is the level wrap, which kind of got out of the way now. And then Sky Chase and Wing Fortress. That's really like those 5-ish levels.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't be too hard to do. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but programmatically,
Holy shit.
It should be doable.
How long is this delay? Oh, I'm just not at the live part. Okay, there we go.
Oh, there is a little bit of a delay.
Oh, there always is a little bit of delay. Live for 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's fine. Tomorrow, I'll be live from what time? 9 to 3. 6 hours. I'm using live streaming as like a fucking excuse or a way to force myself to
Do stuff.
it's the way to keep myself like working and not be distracted, I guess, because like if I'm
Yeah.
streaming and like there's a little bit of a distraction with like the chat and checking that and stuff. But like
That's
it's better than being distracted and not working.
what I felt with I know we're going back to Sonic 2 subject again. With Sonic 2 HD, could sit there and spend hours and hours and hours programming, but it wasn't really that interesting, and I didn't really feel like sitting there for hours and hours and hours programming, especially when there was no one in the chat who was talking. We didn't have like voice chats, so eventually that was the point where I wanted to actually stream some stuff, so I
Oh,
can
yeah.
talk to someone rather than just slowly going insane. by
The
myself.
it's funny because you know, like some, I guess because we like with Sonic 2 HD and stuff, like we've worked on it for so long, and it's like, oh, do you guys ever chat with each other? No, not really. Which I'm like, I guess, and they're like, that's kind of sad. It was a different Alex, not the Alex in this chat right now, who said that. Yeah.
Kind of weird that no
Oh,
one really ever talks except for just in Discord. Occasionally everyone gets together and says hi, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't know.
don't know. It's just something. It's just how it was. Like, we just never did. It's just how it worked out, I guess. It was fine. I don't know.
hoping that changes in the future.
Oh, Mike, hey.
Mike, I was gonna say that's a different voice. I recognise that one.
Now, all
Oh
we.
yeah, I
all
literally
we
just
need-
woke up.
Oh, good morning.
I mean, it got to the point where I can't remember who joined Winder, Carlos, the other day, and saying about speaking Portuguese, and for some weird reason, part of me just went, I think Mike is slightly like Brazilian. or
Why do you
Portuguese or
think
something.
that?
I don't know, not Portuguese, but Brazilian, and I don't think
Alright.
I don't think it's Mike. I think it was there was someone. On the
There
team,
are
was it-
some people on the team who are. I'm not sure if they're
Who's
Brazilian.
from
There
Brazil?
I think there is. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I think there is somebody on the team. who
I
is
remember.
Brazilian.
Ages ago, someone on the team was from Brazil. Someone mentioned it, and I went, "Oh shit!" Like, that's a big time zone difference. But I don't know who that was or why.
I'm not sure.
Then it got me realizing that actually
No, they're
I
from
don't really know much about anyone on the team because we never talk. So I don't know where like
True.
people are from. I mean, I know quite a lot of people from the US.
I mean, a lot of the people. There are a few people on the team that like straight up like English. They don't really speak it very well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they can make do. They can get by, or else we wouldn't be able to work with them. But like Leo, I think he got better over time. But you know, he wasn't. English wasn't.
The Italian.
Oh, that's.
Serious.
No,
No.
Leo's not. He's from Argentina, I believe. The Italian, like the Italian. That's Vincent. He's
Yeah.
He's in Italy.
I know Vincent's Italian because the Maestro Rizzato or whatever, I can't remember what his last name is.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, he's Italian. Technically, I am Italian, but I don't live there, and I never did. But my family came from there. But yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very, very international team with Sonic 2 HD.
Did I miss any like
Oh,
conversations about the Project Pew Pew?
No, we because basically we don't want to have the meeting until like everybody's here to have the meeting. And I haven't gotten a message from Buzzbite if he can do today.
Of course, everything lies on Mo.
Oh yeah, Buzzbite. His real name's Mo. So if we say Mo, it's who we're talking about. We put the Pikachu there and then just removed it.
I put it there, and then I was just like, hold up, what server's that from? It's like trying to figure out where I just found a Pikachu in the email.
I have no idea.
Sonic Fan Games HQ.
No, I'm just basically I'm streaming as I'm working on some art for the game, and I'm planning to do this daily until it's finished. Just all the art because it'll keep me. It'll just force me to get work done, and to stay focused while I'm working. So that's what's going on right now, and I guess some people decided to come chat with me and keep me company while I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we have talked about a few things though.
Having
But nothing-
off-topic discussion.
Not like about the project I made, but there's like not we haven't had any serious discussion about everything, and I do want to avoid doing so without everyone on board, but I do also want to get that discussion happening as soon as possible so that we can get everybody get everything going and stuff, and get everybody working on something.
Yeah.
Bit off topic, but last night, me and Paul were discussing some S2HD stuff, and I was doing some, sort of showing him what I've got so far on level wraps, and there was a bug. I found that bug today and I fixed it, and we, for the most part, have level wraps working now.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to start doing some more Sonic 2 HD stuff.
I want
I'm
to
gonna
do
have to
more.
force myself to do it.
My problem is I need to get this game done basically,
Yeah.
and then I can focus on Sonic 2 HD.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in a boat where, I've been receiving a lot of work lately.
Yeah.
So it's and my whole thought process was I really want to do paid work first and then fan game stuff, but at the same time, I really want to get Sonic 2 HD's third demo out.
So do I.
Yeah, real badly. I'm at the point where I don't even care if we have a trailer for it. We could just shadow drop the thing.
To be honest, maybe, maybe. My plan basically is get this game done, and then get demo 3 done for Sonic 2 HD. My hope is to do that all this year. So, this is going to be an intense year.
Yeah, it's completely doable depending on how we plan and organize things. And that's the other thing too. No offense to Sonic 2 HD, as far as the team goes, but I mean we kind of really didn't plan. We just kind of went in and just just kind of
we did, yeah.
did stuff. So I'm really hoping that that things change when we start working on the last half of the game.
Yeah. I mean, to some extent, it's because it's just a remake, so there's not a whole lot that needs to be planned.
Right.
Now, on the other hand, we're working on now, this game here that I'm streaming, this one is an original game, so it's kind of impossible not to work on it without planning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted to bring you on board is because I know you've been doing game design type stuff, and also you're an artist, and having more hands-on art is always good too. But specifically, it was the game design. I've seen first of all, I've known you for years, and I know for years you've seemed to have had an interest in doing game design, and we've been doing a remake and stuff, and you're always trying to bring your game design stuff in there. And I'm these are great ideas, Mike, but I feel this is the wrong game for them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird because it's if you're doing a remake project, it can be incredibly difficult to add in your own touch to it per se without alienating anybody that truly enjoyed the original.
And that's a big reason why I'm okay, if we add new stuff, we need to be really careful with it and how we add it.
Yeah.
We need to add it in a way that it doesn't obstruct the original experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I was first I wanted to get you on here because you can do art, and it's always good to have more artists on board. And also, I thought maybe this could be a good place for Mike to practice his game design stuff and like do that sort of stuff. So that's what my hope is.
Yeah, definitely.
My plan is with the levels. So basically, we're gonna have 4 levels, and I want to have so after we discuss everything, we're gonna figure out what the levels are going to be, like the general idea for those. Maybe not everything's easy to figure out for the levels, but like just general, like what do we want to go for the other levels? That's what I want to have us figure out in the meeting, and then the way we're going to do it, and you can join in with this too if you want as well. You can tackle a level. Basically, we're going to have it. What I was saying to Cyan is we were going to have. I was going to take 2 levels, and he was going to take the levels. But if you want to take a level, you can take a level. Then it's even even more people. Or if you don't even want to like take like a do because basically I was going to do all of the art for like a single level, and he's going to do all the art for a single level. So if you didn't want to do like all the art for like a single level yourself, like if you just wanted to do maybe like a concept, that could also be done. Whatever you feel like contributing in that area. But basically, like I want to get those figured out, and then basically Cyan can concept that level, and then after he's done with the concept or whatever, then I can explain to him how to actually do the artwork stuff, like the style, and draw in the style, which I don't think it'll be too complicated to.
Yeah, like I think out of all the artists that are, especially all the artists that are on Sonic 2 HD, I feel like Cyan is like the closest to matching your style as far as shading.
Well, this one has a very different style in terms of shading, but it's not too difficult to to do. It's very painterly, and that's so much easier than Vector. Oh my god, I love Vector, but I also hate it. It's such a pain. Like, it looks very nice, but it takes so much time to do. Meanwhile, with painting, especially like if you do photo bashing, you can just paint something up real quick, and it takes like 30 minutes. Whereas with Vector, you can't do that. You just can't do that. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Vector is definitely a more, I would say it's more technical than artistic or creative.
Yeah. Yeah, it does have a technical aspect to it for sure.
Yeah.
But I do like it a lot.
Yeah. I'll say, like, for me personally, I think my main focus, especially with, like, the project, would probably be just kind of, like, figuring out, like, the general stuff and figuring out the animations. Like, I feel like that's probably where I'd be strongest at.
Yeah. I've already done some of the, like, because I did the animations for the player character. And one thing, so the frame rate for the animations, it's like super, super low, like really low frame rate animations. Like basically as low as you can possibly do. Like, I animated them mostly on 6s, except for like a few animations that moved too fast for that. So.
That's really nice, actually. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, very, very low frame rate. So that basically will let us do. Basically, it means that we can do less work.
Yeah.
So very low frame rate. I'm hoping to be able to do some more animations there. But yeah, there's a lot to do. Also, because I know Cyan's really good at animations as well. Basically, this is why I like that you and Cyan are on board, because all 3 of us can animate. So it's gonna be fantastic. It's great. It makes me so happy.
You know, the more I look at this, the more I want to ask, have you ever played a game called Alien Soldier?
I have not.
Okay.
Is it
Because
similar?
I'm getting some very heavy Alien Soldier vibes from this.
Wait, the thing that I'm drawing or the game in general?
The game in general.
Okay.
Like, based off of the animations that I saw of, like, the characters zipping around.
Yeah, I have never seen Alien Soldier in my life. Any similarities they have are purely coincidental.
That's perfect. I would just recommend taking a look.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah. I think it might help.
I'll have to look at some. I'll take a look at it a bit later today, like some gameplay stuff, because
Okay.
I gotta work on this painting here for the background. My plan is like, because this is technically the concept, but my plan is to do this, scale it up to 8K, and then I add more detail and also cut it up and make it into the actual final background. That is not what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah.
And again, that's all bitmap, right?
Yeah. This is not
Okay.
This is not vector.
Okay.
We're not dealing with vectors for this game.
All right then. Well, in that case, let's see. Oh, I meant to ask. As far as animation programs are concerned, are we doing like 100% 2D traditional? Are we throwing in
So-
Spine? Are we doing like?
Here's my thought. Originally would have been all too traditional because, well, I might have used like After Effects maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. But here's my thought. So I want to. So for the bosses, the player character stuff, like all of that would be, and also probably the enemies would probably be 2D traditional, except maybe in cases where it would make sense. But what I want to do is I want to make a bunch of NPC characters, and I feel like it's a lot faster to animate a bunch of like characters with spine. So my thought was, like, this would be like the end of the end. Like, this is like the last thing we would do is like put the NPC characters in the game, because they're the least important thing for like the game. Although they make things more interesting if you can interact with a bunch of NPCs.
Sure.
But my thought is we'll give them like a simple idle animation, and I feel like it might be faster to do that with spine as opposed to animating them all frame by frame. And since they're NPCs, it's not too big of a deal that they're like maybe have less interesting animations. I mean, you can do some pretty nice stuff with spine, but I don't think we want to go crazy with it. So my main thought with that was using spine more for the speed aspect, because you can get some pretty decent stuff really quickly. Whereas with frame by frame, there's no way to get good stuff quickly. Silence. I killed the mood. I'm sorry.
I'm just checking what's on my agenda for today.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I've been getting up later and later. Like it's almost 2 p.m. right now.
I can relate with that.
Oh yeah, even if we don't have the meeting today, you can probably get up to speed with the like project files and stuff and get that set up.
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
I'm not sure if we did have a repository set up because, well, he was the only programmer and stuff, and like at the time, none of us needed to like interact with it because like at this point we didn't have much programming stuff that needed to be done. But since we have the player character and stuff, there is stuff that can be done. But I don't know. Yeah, the programming is an area where I am like very much not aware of what's going on because I don't program. So like whenever it comes to like tasks to do and what to be done, there's going to be more like you and Mo will have to figure that out more amongst yourselves, and because I don't know a lot of the time.
I'm happy to say that
Yep.
I'm slowly becoming a tech artist, so I'm slowly learning
yes.
more and more about programming. So there's a couple of things that I've learned on the programming end, but primarily I think like an artist, so that'll probably be a big help for us.
Oh yeah, I know a bit of programming stuff too. To be a proper tech artist, I would need to know more, which I want to do at some point, but time.
Yeah.
Mostly it's all time where I'm like, because you only have so much time where I'm like, okay, I could spend time learning the tech aspect now, or I could spend time doing this other thing and learn that. So, and usually it's the other thing that I'm doing, but
No, I understand.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of studying, especially
Mm.
if you're coming like if you're coming from like an art side, because
Well, I'm
then you have to
already
learn. Yeah.
I already know a fair bit about like how that stuff works, and I can do some of it. It's just I can't do it to like the extent that I think would be necessary to be a proper tech artist.
Right.
Like basically every area, I know a tiny bit. I've dabbled, but art's the only one that I've ever actually like become competent
Hmm.
in.
No, I hear you. That's pretty common.
Yeah.
It's like it's amazing how rare like tech artists are and how highly sought after they are simply because it's
Oh
very
yeah.
hard to find someone who can do art and programming
Yeah.
at like a
Actually,
competent enough level to actually get things done.
the one of the he's not the other programmer aside from Stephen Mo. He can do art a little bit. He's definitely like not he's not professional level like at all. Not even close. But he's like he's competent enough that he can help out with like cleaning up animations.
Okay.
And he can draw stuff a little bit. But like it has issues. Like if I'm sure if like you or Cyan saw his work, you guys you'd be like, oh okay, yeah, he's like a beginner, maybe. I don't know. But basically he can do art a little bit. Obviously programming is more his speed, but he mostly because he doesn't listen to me whenever I tell him how to get better. Like he's like, how do I get better? And I'm like, dude, I've told you how to get better so many times, and you don't do the things that I tell you to do.
And it's tough to try and improve, especially if it's something that because the first step towards improvement, at least for me, is that I have to be willing to admit that if there's a bunch of things that I have to admit to myself that are very uncomfortable, like I don't know as much as I think I do,
Yeah.
or I have to be willing to put myself in a position where I have to ask a bunch of questions, and it can be embarrassing because then you come off looking dumb or something. Like,
Yeah. No. Yeah. I know. I know what you mean. I know what you're talking
yeah, it is very, very difficult.
about.
Not to mention it's a lonely process too.
Yeah. I'm trying to get like improve my animation skills because I want to get like that's my main goal right now is like with as far as art improvement goes is become good at animation because my goal I want to be good enough at animation that I could like uh, animate for anime.
Okay.
Because that would be fun. It's not something I plan on doing like as like an actual career, but maybe like something like on the side. Like I think it'd be cool to animate for anime sometimes. But
Yeah.
plus I can speak Japanese, so or well I can't. Well I can kind of speak it with difficulty.
Clip Studio Paint, or do you primarily use Photoshop?
No, I primarily use Photoshop. I do have Clip Studio Paint. I just don't really use it very much.
Okay. Well, I will say that there's quite a lot of anime studios that use Clip Studio Paint.
Oh, I know how
You
like
did
the
it work
whole.
well.
I know how the anime production works because it's mostly like they don't really care what software you use because ultimately they just they're going to redraw it anyways.
Yeah, it gets cleaned up in a like it gets cleaned up digitally regardless. But
It depends. A
sometimes
lot of times they actually clean them up traditionally in Japan. They still use a
really,
lot of paper in Japan. Yeah, there's a lot
because
of
I thought
traditional stuff.
because I know they use their roughs and their tie downs and breakdowns on paper, but I thought the cleanup was all done digitally.
No, they do that on paper still. But
Wow.
basically, they have the software called Redis, which I also have. And what you can do is you scan in the drawing and it converts it to like bit, I guess bitmaps or whatever. So then it's like only the solid colors, so you don't have any of the like anti-aliasing or whatever, and then you can just bucket fill things. But the way the software works is it can detect like colors, so you can use like color pencils to indicate like shadow areas or whatever, and then you have and that's where you have like the colors on the anime stuff because like if you've ever seen like the the rough animations that they do, where they have the colors, like the red and the blue and stuff. It's because, well, yeah, they have software that makes it easy to color things like that, and also they can scan things in like that and convert them to bitmaps or whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff is still done traditionally. Although there is more studios are moving over to complete entirely digital workflows. It's just very slow because people like whenever people are comfortable drawing in a certain way, they don't really like to switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah, software.
Yeah, that's the other thing that happens quite a lot in just about every
Habits die
industry.
hard.
Yeah.
What was that? What did you say, Alex?
Old habits die hard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean that's why like even whenever I animate, I can't bring myself to use any software other than Photoshop because I'm just so used to Photoshop, and Photoshop is not really ideal for animation. It works though; it's fine.
It ain't ideal at all.
It's just not ideal. The big thing though that you got to do to make it more ideal is use like the time. Let me see, not frame animation. You want to use the video timeline because the video
timeline is helpful.
Yeah, if you use it like the frame timeline, not the video one, it makes it a lot more difficult because then everything's like a mess and everything's all over the place. But so it's not too bad if you do it that way, but it's still not really ideal. But
yeah,
I'm just really used to drawing in Photoshop, so I don't really want to change to another software.
Okay.
Maybe one day because there are a lot of tools that like Clip Studio Paint has that are nice for animation, so I'll probably just use it more eventually. Like they have like this.
Well, you do let me know because there's a couple of things that I learned in that program, so I don't mind passing on what I know.
Well, I know it has like stuff like there's what is it? The well, it has 3D shit in it, which is nice. But it also has like these like so you can like put in like a ground plane or whatever, which I guess is a 3D thing, but like that's pretty nice because then you can like animate like the ground and stuff, and it's easy to animate because you can have like your grid, you can animate the grid. But yeah, one day I will probably get more into using that one just for those tools. Actually, I also want to learn. I want to learn to start animate. Well, I actually initially learned to animate on paper, but I want to do more animation on paper because I actually have like one of those cool animation desks. That.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Somebody was like.
I've always wanted one.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Well, I got one now, so I don't need to want one anymore. I want to set it up though because I haven't gotten a chance to because I need to reorganize stuff. Also, I need to actually like clean my room because my room's kind of a mess. But I've had it for like a year, and I just haven't gotten around to like actually setting it up. So it's just kind of sitting in another room, just disassembled. So I'm like, I need to set that up. But like, yeah, I got that desk, and I'm like, sweet. Now I can animate on paper, and I never did. No, I will animate. I will learn to animate on paper eventually. Because that sounds like it would be fun to animate on paper.
I wanted to like build my own animation desk.
Oh, that is an option, yeah. If you can't, I feel like they're super expensive most of the time. I got this one for free. I was super, super lucky with this one. This is like a once in a lifetime get thing, which is the only reason why I was like, because I was considering, I was like, do I really need this? It's too expensive. But then it's like, you know what? Because the guy who was giving it away is like, it's going to end up in the landfill if nobody takes it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it then. Because the worst that will happen is I just don't use it.
All right, well, I gotta head on now and get started on daily stuff.
All right.
But, I'll be in touch. I'm probably gonna write up a document. Just fill it up with some questions, general stuff for the game, and we can answer them as we go through.
That sounds fantastic. That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. You
Chat
all enjoy
later,
the rest of
man.
your day.
You too.
I have fun.
pretty soon I'm gonna be heading out, but I'm actually in a little bit of a little bit of a thing here. Like things are going here, and I want to.
Getting in a work swing.
Yeah. So I want to get that done before I want to get a little bit more progress because like I only just now gotten to the flow. Like the rest of this day, I've just kind of been like, oh god, oh god, oh no, oh god, what's going on? Oh no.
Oh god.
But now I'm finally starting to be like, okay, all right, this is going somewhere. This is going somewhere. And it's right at the point where I'm like, I'm gonna leave and make food because I do need to leave and make food because I am fucking
Yeah, I'm
hungry.
probably gonna hop off shortly too, but yeah.
All right, well, I hope. I don't know. I hope Mo gets back to us. Cyan's not even around right now, so I don't know what his. Wait, where
Have
he
you tried
is?
going to Mo's workplace and dragging him out?
I don't really know where he works. Apparently
Well,
not
I
the.
think you need to go find out.
Well, he did work at the Panda place, but apparently he got fired because they like, cause some like customer like stole from him or something.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I shouldn't talk about this right now because this is a stream. So I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So. Yeah. So we're working on this. Do I have any viewers? Probably not. Holy shit! Wait a minute. I have 3 viewers right now.
Major bro moment.
Steven says in the chat, not as a programmer, we can add UIs, a multiplayer, and all sorts. Here's a question, are we going to have level hazards? What will they be? I'm making food too. Oh. We probably will have level hazards, I imagine. I don't know what they're going to be, though. I don't want to do spikes, because I feel like spikes are super cliche, and like they're in everything, so like, no spikes.
Me, I can come up with good... I feel like I can come up with good level obstacles once I have a theme down and a few ideas.
Is Bismuth a good theme for you?
Yeah, once again, I've never really thought of a theme like that, so this is going to take some extra thunking.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, though. I like it.
It's a level. I don't know. It needs to be better. I need to do better. Yeah, we gotta get things going for real. No more slacking off. Which hopefully with the new guys on board, we literally doubled the size of the team, which isn't saying much because it was only 3 people, so now it's 6.
Yeah.
But we doubled it, which is great. And it makes it more feasible that we can actually get it done within the time frame that we talked about getting it done.
Yeah.
Which was months ago, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time it won't be longer than that. I think we can do it. I think we can pull it off.
Yeah, honestly, I'm now 1 class down for the semester because it was only an 8-week class, and it was like once a week for 4 hours, though. It was kind of nuts. Interesting class, though, but I'm 1 class down.
Stop going.
Hopefully, I should have some more free time.
School
Hopefully.
makes me angry.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
I need to go back to school and get a physics degree.
Physicist.
Yeah. It's just a hobby, though. Making games is my job. Until I get bored of making games and decide to fuck off and just focus on making, like, anime or something. I don't know.
Can also just add that I don't know if you were there the one day, but this was like a few years back at like the lounge back at CCAC that we
man,
got
giving
yelled
away
at because we were having a heated discussion about string theory.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
normally
yeah,
when
yeah,
we
yeah.
get yelled at, it's just because we're being dumb and a
It's
little
'cause
loud.
we're
But
arguing about
it was
anime.
a heated like educational discussion too. It was pretty funny, honestly.
I honestly, I forget the details, but I know I think it was with Quinn.
Yeah, it
'cause
was.
Quinn's the only one who like I could talk about like those things and it wasn't just like what the fuck is going, and it wasn't like a teaching thing. Um,
Yeah, it was a discussion.
yeah, it
like
was
an
a
argument.
discussion. I forget what it was though, but I remember. And string theory is interesting because it's kind of like there are issues with it, but it's also there is some validity to it. Like there is some reason why it shouldn't be abandoned just right now. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one day. I need to go back. I need to go back to school. Then I can talk about it on some like really deep level, and everybody can be confused. Actually, what I want to do.
You know you're smart when you confuse people.
Yeah, what I actually want to do is I want to go to Japan, and maybe I'll get my degree in Japan. And then I'll learn, and then I'll know it all in Japanese, and then I won't even be able to explain it to people in English. I'll be like, all right, so, and then I'll start talking in Japanese because I don't know how to explain it in English. That'd be interesting to me. You know, that's something that's funny to me because I want to be able to do everything that I can do in English in Japanese, but I don't necessarily mind too much if I can't do like something in English, but I can do it in Japanese. I guess because like English is just like it's my native language, so I feel like it's the default that I can do things or communicate in it. Whereas with Japanese, it's like my thought process is kind of like, okay, so in order to reach my standards for Japanese, I need to be just as good as I am in English, and I already know I'm good at English. It's literally my native language. But with Japanese, like, I'm not. So I guess like if I can't explain something in English, it doesn't register as me thinking like, oh wow, I suck at English. It's just like, oh okay, whatever. I just can't explain anything in English. It's fine. Whereas with Japanese, if I can't do something in Japanese, it's like, oh no, I suck at Japanese. My Japanese is terrible, and everything sucks. But yeah, I can't even talk basically in Japanese anyways though. So it's like, and I'm like, oh, I want to do everything I can do in English and Japanese. Well, I can't even do basic stuff in Japanese. So baby steps. By the end of the year, I should be able to talk in Japanese pretty decently. And then and then one day, whenever freaking the coronavirus stops being a thing or whatever.
It'll be a while.
And we can go back to they let us go back to the club meetings or whatever, or like they maybe have like the extra life thing or whatever. I can go to those, and then I could be like, all right, so I speak Japanese now, and that'll be funny as hell to me. Gotta flex on people.
Yeah, major flex apparently.
Look, if you were interacting with weebs, being able to speak Japanese is like the biggest flex you can possibly make because every
really
weeb
is.
wants to be able to speak Japanese. But
Yeah, but the bigger flex is rather than walking in and say, okay, now I speak Japanese, you walk in, you just say, Ima, Nihongo, hanashimasu.
Nihongo hanashiteiru. Oh, actually, I said that wrong. Ima, Nihongo hanashitekiru.
Exactly. You just go in and
Yeah, just go in and start speaking Japanese.
speak Japanese. You just don't speak a word of English, just
Yeah.
straight up talk to them in Japanese.
See, the funny thing
Just
is,
make them wonder if you're the same person as before.
oh, they'll
Whether
know.
you're like a
They'll.
doppelganger.
Well, actually, it would depend on if there's still the same people there, because like, obviously, this is a school club, and so different years, new people join and stuff. But like, if the same people, they'll definitely remember me. Like the people that were there before are still there, because it wasn't like I mean, it was the biggest club in the school, kind of, but like it wasn't like that big. And also like I don't know, people knew me there basically. I was a known person in this club, but it was, which isn't very hard to be. So yeah.
You're talking about that pub?
The anime and video game club.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
where
we
I
were
met.
both presidents.
We were both presidents. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you beat me by one vote? The one time.
I don't fucking
Yeah,
remember.
it was. It was the time where we got kicked out of the the auditorium because
Dude, of course, the 2 semesters I was president, particularly the one, was extraordinarily painful.
yeah. I remember whenever that happened, I was like, holy shit, I lost by 1 vote. Good luck, Alex.
Yeah, you had it. It saved you that semester. That
Yeah.
1 vote.
1 vote. To be fair, it's possible. Well, okay, because I didn't actually have anything to do with why we got kicked. I mean, I was involved with the group because we were playing
Yes.
the card game and stuff, and for some reason, with this group, whenever we play card games, we just get. I don't actually get that angry, but it specifically was Cam and get the other. These are just random names.
Yeah.
Nobody watching the streams knows these guys, but it's two guys that we know. Specifically those guys, whenever they play games against each other and stuff, they just get unreasonably angry at each other.
Yeah.
And it also kind of rubs off on everybody else around them too, so then everybody else also gets a little bit angry at each other, unreasonably so. So you're just playing this fucking card game, and it's like, it's a card game. How intense could it be? Very intense. It was so fucking intense. People were insulting each other, getting angry at each other. It's just unreasonable.
Yeah.
And we got multiple noise complaints because of it. So, and then that got us kicked out of the place. It was very bad.
Yeah, I didn't realize how bad it was because I was in the auditorium itself trying to play a game with a group.
Yeah.
Because I'm also very competitive when gaming. Like,
do you scream at people?
not necessarily screaming as such, or sometimes.
Right.
But for instance, you know that Rocket League clip which I posted in the chat? That was actually a clip which I got because I stream Rocket League every now and again.
Mm.
And it's so frustrating. It's like on one hand, you're just like, fair enough, not everyone's like insanely good at the game. Maybe there's some things which I'm doing wrong which is causing our team to lose as well. It's not just them. But then, like, I don't know, you do, like, it almost seems like you're doing all the work and then they just miss like an easy save. And it's just like, fucking hit the ball! God damn it! And it's, I get so stressed out when I'm doing Rocket League streams.
Oh gosh.
I shouldn't do, but
I'm
very
a
competitive.
particularly chill person myself. It's yeah, that whole situation with the card game. Like it is extremely fun to play card games with those guys though. Like it is very fun, but got a little bit intense. more intense than a card game should. And unfortunately that caused problems. I feel like at this point though, it's been a while since then, so it's probably not even really it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
But I regret nothing. It was fun. Also, it wasn't even my fault anyways. Like I wasn't the one who did it. It also, because Mo was there with us too, and he was playing card games along with us, and he definitely wasn't at fault because Mo doesn't talk. That's not true. He does talk.
Mo.
He's just very quiet.
Mo is Mo.
Yeah.
That's it. Just he's Mo.
He is Mo. I like Mo. He's cool.
Wait, so do you all know each other IRL?
Oh yeah, we met each other at school.
Possibly.
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 Okay, sure, possibly. I guess we're going with possibly. Yeah, no, we met each other at in college, and with Mo, my meeting with Mo was interesting because basically, there's like this lounge at the college and stuff, and I'm sitting in there and stuff, and there's like these guys, and they're drawing stuff, and there's one of them, and there's the other one, they're like, oh Mo, you're so good at drawing. Look at your drawings, it's so good. And I'm like, I need to flex on these kids here. That's not really. That's not really.
That's
what
how
my,
you guys met.
That's. I mean that is how we met. Yeah, but that's not really what my. I mean that was a little bit in my mind, but mostly I was just like, oh shit, people drawing. Hey, these are my people. Let me chat with these guys. But that's how I met Mo. And then later I found out that he was a programmer and stuff, and he ended up like he ended up getting he ended up just it just ended up being like a thing, like he just randomly kind of got involved with Astro Joyride whenever we were trying to make it for make a demo for a showcase at a place, which we almost succeeded in. He ended up joining in like near the end and stuff, and he was like, it was actually super great because it was like, oh shit, he really helped out with the programming and stuff. So that's with like how Mo got involved there with Alex and stuff. I think I met Hugh the first year I started going to college. Was that the first year you went to college too? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I joined.
You know, when I first saw you, I was like, huh, this one kid's looking dapper as fuck, wearing like button up
because I was wearing
slacks. So it's like I'm just wearing jeans, man.
Yeah, I wear my my fancy clothes, and it makes people think I don't know, makes me look more important than I am. But anyways, yeah, I met.
Yes.
So we met there, and then one year we had like there was a point where like we had like a break between classes at the same time, and we were just both chilling in the lounge, and we ended up talking about like games and shit. And at one point I was like, hey, wait a minute, Alex, you're like going to school for like game design or something, right?
Yeah.
And then I got him to join us on projects and stuff. So
yeah, that's exactly how it went.
And that is exactly how it went. And that's how that happened. And then yeah. So yeah, that's the story. And obviously with literally the entire rest of the team is from Sonic 2 HD. So
yeah.
And even whenever we get like the music stuff done, that will all be Sonic 2 HD guys as well, because I'm just gonna hit up James and Crystal. So this is mostly a Sonic 2 HD game now. Team Sonic 2 HD, but with two extra guys, two other guys.
Two guys. Put the credits like not S2HD team.
It'll. I mean, whenever we release the game and stuff, they'll probably mention it on because like that's like whenever our team makes games, we tend to give them a shout out. So that'll probably happen with this game too. It's like, hey, some people on our team got together and made a fucking game. You guys should check it out.
I was gonna say, and also the amount of extra you could get on this game just by saying, oh yeah, by the way, also some of the people who worked on S2HD worked on it.
Oh yeah, I think that'll
and people be like, oh my god, I've played S2HD, I better play this game.
Yeah, that probably will be a little bit of a thing. I don't know if that'll be where most of our players come from, though, to be honest.
No, not most of them. But
yeah, but definitely a few people will probably come there, and also like I'll probably talk with I'll definitely try to get talk with talking about the game, like interviews and shit. Like one of the people I'll definitely probably end up talking with is like the fan game guys or whatever. Because they like to talk to people that make fan games and then make original games. So there's a lot of avenues we're gonna go down here. I think we got some pretty good prospects here. I think that is not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. But I think mainly what's going to get this game noticed is whenever this is actually going to be something that we're going to do after the game's completed, because that's going to take a while and it's too much work, too much work on top of everything else. But I want to make like the animation with a Japanese singer, preferably one that has some amount of following. For you know how it's like Sonic Mania has like the whole animated intro thing, and also anime has animated intros. Basically that's what we're gonna do, and that's gonna make people be like, look at that. They're gonna see that animation and be like, oh, this is for a game. I'm gonna buy this game, and they're gonna buy the game. They're gonna play the game. They're gonna be like, that game sucked, or they're gonna be like, that game was awesome. Hopefully the latter. that's what we're aiming for, and then they'll tell their friends about it. They're like, yo, this game's pretty fucking fun.
It's like I posted in the Sonic 2 HD chat where I was saying, wouldn't it be awesome if we did a Sonic CD HD and just reanimated that intro?
Oh gosh,
it would take so long, but it would be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I don't see that intro already has like really good animation though, so I don't even know. I wouldn't even attempt it. 'Cause, like its animation's like extremely well done. So
The only thing it's lacking is a bit of frame rate.
Even that's fine, I think, anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just it's just, like that animation is just really nice, just all around.
We could always go the CG 3D route, like most animes.
Ooh. Most animes? What are you talking about? Anime is 2D most of the time.
Except for when they can't be able to draw something, in which case it's CG 3D.
Which one's CG 3D? I like 2D animation. 3D is okay though, I guess, but I'm not a big fan of 3D. Although I do like 3D, like using it as like a tool though, like to enhance 2D animation. That's what I really like with 3D. Like in environments and stuff. I really love Blender for that. I'm trying to figure out how to make that work well, where like you can like projection map stuff, like, or you can like paint on top of stuff and then like do that. I think that's a really neat trick, way to
just
go about
make
things.
something in 3D and then just do an orthographic view from a certain angle.
No, it's not.
Flatten everything.
You need to flatten it. You can leave it 3-dimensional. Leave it with the perspective camera and all that fancy stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. There's still so much more to do. But at least I'm getting somewhere.
So here's a question: if this is all supposed to be bismuth,
I don't know if it's actually
You know-
supposed to be business. It just kind of looks like bismuth.
okay,
But yeah.
that answers my question. Because if it is supposed to be bismuth, then usually you'd want straight edges. So I was wondering if we do non-straight edges on the bismuth, in quotes, then you might want to put like crumbling sort of bits around non-straight edges.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm gonna have that like in the closer areas and stuff. The farther away areas and stuff, because they're like so far away, it's like you're not gonna get a whole lot of that. Yeah.
Bismuth in itself is kind of like a crystal, isn't it? So it's always going to be straight edges unless it's broken.
I think it is a crystal. But yeah, it's like it has those weird fucking.
But that's
square...
only if it is actually bismuth. If it's not,
Well, it looks like bismuth.
well, it looks like bismuth, and that's would interpret. But what I'm saying is, if it's in the, if it's not canonically, that's the word I'm looking for. If it's not canonically bismuth, it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Yes.
And therefore, it doesn't need to follow the rules of bismuth.
I'm going to tell you this. I am making 0 attempts to follow the rules of bismuth because I don't really know what the rules of bismuth are.
Straight lines.
All right. Well, it probably will have a lot of straight lines, so maybe it will follow the rules of bismuth. Yeah, like the foreground will probably look more bismuthy than the background will. But the background, I don't know. Maybe it looks bismuthy. Oh, I'm still not sure if this is good yet. I'll have to keep. I guess that works. It's subtle, but that's fine. I'll need to finish the left side, and then I can move on.
I feel like it could do with for some sort of atmosphere, that white bit in the background could do with some sort of gradient, or I know it will do eventually.
No,
Do something in the background, but it might help you get a feel for it.
I'm leaving it like completely white, like, well, it's actually an off yellow color, but I'm leaving it like that because the value system basically. It gets very bright. Like, I don't want to make it darker because it contrasts with the other stuff, I guess. I don't know. Something that, like, if you look at it in black and white, it's like, oh, that looks pretty good in black and white. Maybe it's fine. Actually, okay. I actually do like where this is heading. All right.
Also, another thing, the floating islands of bismuth, the left one and the right one,
Yeah.
are they going to look like they're slightly spaced apart in terms of depth? Rather than being like perfectly parallel with each other, is one going to be slightly further back? Because the
Oh, I
back
think-
one is like the middle one's definitely in the far background.
I think they're kind of like on the same. Well, I think the one on the left or the run on the right is slightly closer to
Yeah.
us, which I probably will make that more apparent whenever I go over to that side.
Because that would add to the layering effect of it, the depth.
Yeah.
In terms of the background, is this just going to? Well, I guess at this point it is just going to be one bit of art. Because I was thinking, are we going to do any parallax effects?
Oh, there's gonna be a shit ton
floating
of
islands.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be a shit ton of parallax. It's gonna be, let's see. So the very far back. So what I'm thinking, how I'm thinking of it is, hold on, let me do this.
So as you're drawing this, it is actually separate layers which we can export and
Oh
parallax.
no, they're one layer now, but I'm gonna separate it later.
Okay.
So let me see here. I need to save it, so I saved it because I didn't save it this entire time that it was working. So basically, let's see. There's gonna be like this far back layer, and I think this will all be one layer. And wait, I don't want that to be feathered. Okay, so. So this will be all. Well, that was the wrong color. Let me turn that red. So this will back there. That's one layer. Then there's going to be, let's see, this area in the middle here.
Technically, the foreground and the very foreground is going to be two separate layers as well.
Mm-hmm.
The player plane and the foreground.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I think
Then you've got
that will be likely. Maybe I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll have to think about it. But then there's gonna be like, so there's, you see these little like all these square bits or whatever, just like the whole field of squares. That's gonna be separated into multiple layers, but I don't know how many yet. But it will be separated. Well, let's make that. Yeah, it's gonna be more than 3. It's gonna be a shit ton of them.
oh,
I am going to go insane with it. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be unnecessary. So there's going to be a whole field of those things there, and then there's going to be
one layer for that big mountain in the background.
Well,
Just the two floating islands.
yeah. Well, those are all going to be on the same layer, I think, just because they're all kind of like really far back there. They're like about the same the same depth.
Except for the two floating platforms, which I'd say are probably more the same depth as that middle.
No, they're like with the mountain in the back. That's how I drew them, anyways.
Oh, I thought the back one was like way further back, and then
Really?
the two floating platforms are floating above whatever this middle ground stuff
Oh.
is.
Maybe I'll make the floating bit on the right more like that, so that it comes more towards us a bit, and then that one can have some parallax going on top of it. But yeah, so this green area is going to have like multiple layers, and then there's going to be the layer up here, which we'll make that purpley. So there's going to be that layer, and then there's going to be these bricks, or not bricks, these rocks right here that are like way up close. These ones, what I might do, what I'm thinking about doing is maybe projecting them onto like a 3D model, like a really simple one, and then seeing if I can like put that into. Well, no, I probably won't do that because that's overcomplicating things. Well, maybe I will. No, probably won't. I'll think about it.
Build a 3D model and then add a bump map or something, and then just re-export it.
I'm not gonna do that. No, basically what I was thinking of doing was like giving them a bit of like just a really simple like kind of curved model and just projecting it onto there. So then whenever you like move around them, you can you get more depth than if it's just like a flat thing. So you can see them like as they move by. You can see like the perspective
Yeah,
shifting.
that'd be a pain.
A little bit. I'm asking if he can do movie today. I don't know why it has an at there.
So I'm coming across all I need for story browser right now. It's the same as Astral Droid. An LTS version of Unity. Fair enough.
Yeah, we're gonna wait. Can GitHub do private repositories, or does that cost money?
Cost money.
It costs money. Okay.
It's only about $5 a month, but on your actual GitHub account itself, or you can set up an organization, which is what we've got with S2HD. So I think you can get away with doing like an organization thing for free, but the actual GitHub account itself, which sets up the organization, might have to be a paying GitHub user.
Okay. Well, we could probably potentially look into that.
Because if you do like a private repository, the idea is that it's private to you, but then if you set up an organization, you can get loads of other people contributing to it as a team,
yeah.
but it's still technically private.
I feel like that's potentially.
That's
If it's
what
not too expensive, then I could probably pay for it. But we can. That's something we'll want to look into. We do want to get it separate from, because if it's on the Astro Droid one, we want to separate from that because that's just going to overcomplicate things because they are not the same game.
Yeah, limited features on private repositories for free, and I think what Sir John was saying about this is that you've got like an upload limit.
Anybody who
like
watched the stream,
file size limit.
thanks for watching the stream, but it's over now, so bye.